There we go. Hey, everybody. Hey, welcome back. We're here. That's right. And I'm still here. I'm still in the game. Still hunting. But yeah, we're going to be doing a CitizenCon stream today, as the title says. So we're just going to react to it. This is just me jumping in instead of the camera. Still the replacement of the camera at the moment. So yeah. Welcome back, guys. If you didn't catch anything of what happened to the schedule, basically it's just, and you know, I try to throw that in there just to keep it steady, but I couldn't make it even then. So the scheduling for SC right now is just gonna be messy. That's just the way it is, you know. So I'm gonna try to stream SC as much as possible, but keeping to a schedule. Well, the crew is where they're at right now. It's just gonna be a pain. That's all. So that is what it is. We'll still be here. As soon as we can, we'll get the stream going and have everybody here and have a good time, targets and everything. But yeah, I was not prepared for any of that, so I had to cut it back. Let alone in game, but yeah. Anyway, I hope the volume's all good. Let's see. It was a rush just to get this up. Yeah, we're going to be talking about the stream with a couple of crew, couple of my own crew, and a few of our Accord. We got Black Hand member, and we might have a few more. So we'll see. But we're just going to be discussing what we think about it and, yeah, our experiences on it. And really, nothing here is planned at all. So we're just going to discuss it as we watch it. No plan, no discussion about it pre-planned. Just what you think. So, if you guys enjoy it, we will be right here. Give me a second. Let's get going. You guys here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, all right. Looks like we're going to do a little bit of volume test here with everybody. Make sure everybody can be heard and the sound isn't too screwed up. All right, we got Eddie, Pack, and Nomad here. That's Addy from Black Hand. He's the leader of that group, one of our Accord members.
What's up, guys?
And yeah, you know, Dennis and Pack, if you watch the channel at all. So
yep.
Let's see. All right, first time doing something like this. We need hold on.
I'm excited.
Yeah. So pretty much chat, and also everybody just came into the Discord. I was about I got everything ready about 20 minutes at a time. It's just in here, just running back and forth. But I think it's good. I think it's good. Let's see. So, what do you guys think, or what do you hope we're gonna see today?
No bugs.
Planet system.
Yeah. Okay, so no bugs. No bugs. Is that what you hope? I'm guessing, right? Not what you think's gonna happen.
Probably gonna announce the that they're working on the new star system.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Actually,
well, yeah. That makes sense.
I'd be surprised if they are going to release Nyx, and hopefully Nyx is going to be a better rollout than Pyro.
Well, yeah. That's kind of actually brings me to what I was going to say about that, is that it's kind of a bummer. And I remember saying way back when is Pyro came out. Oh, what's this? Are they starting? No, it's just background shit.
Just an elevator meme.
But yeah, that we were afraid, and I was especially, that they were just going to leave Pyro behind and focus on a new system at some point. before Pyro is really focused on. And sure enough, that's kind of what's going on. I get it, but you know, who knows? I haven't seen much about this new planet. Was it not Delamar? No. What system was it? No, Mad, you said? What planet?
Nix.
Nyx. Right.
Do we know if any information about whether or not it's going to be like high security, low security?
What do you mean?
Like,
Oh,
is
the
it gonna be
system
closer to
itself, like
Pyro or
security-wise.
closer to
Yeah.
I think high security. Yeah.
High security,
I don't
okay.
remember, I'm just guessing.
Well, if it's
That'd be
anything
good
like
point.
Stanton, yeah, that makes sense. Ghost, what's up, man? Welcome in. Just getting everything set up. Let's rush into this. We're just doing a discussion, reaction of the Citizen Con. I am just working on trying to get the icons to appear over my main screen real quick, so you can see the heads at least. All last minute, but I made it. We made it. Everybody, actually. I thought at first it was just gonna be me and one other person. So
Yeah, I'm glad
thanks
I
for
made
showing
it.
up, Addy. You're at work. That sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, he's here.
4 minutes. Yeah, that's what I mean. Crazy. Now, I just barely started really watching CitizenCon again since, when I was on Scard's channel with him and Starboy,
Yeah.
Marcus. And I think
Yeah,
one of his crew members. I can't remember.
Addie's gonna be like vanishing out of nowhere. We're just gonna be like, "Oh, boss walked by."
It's kind of hard for me to respond because I'm at work right now. So
Yeah, he
I'm
was.
doing-
Yeah,
I'm multitasking.
it's all right.
Yeah, I'll give you more shit. That's fine.
That's fine. That's fine.
Honestly, this is for getting everything set up about 20-30 minutes before I started. This is great. This turned out great. Not even being sarcastic. All right.
Only scrubs throw away their cruise lux bottles.
Hitting that Polaris was fun the other day.
Yeah.
It really got me back into it.
Yeah.
I'm still at the same spot. Well, now I'm out in the ocean somewhere. Oh shit! Yep.
And we're 2 minutes till.
Yep. 2 minutes and counting. I do need to go smoke a cigarette real quick, but that's
You
okay.
better
We're
puff
all
quick.
here. What's that?
Better puff it quick.
Oh yeah. The only thing that I almost got figured out here is what left to figure out here is the overlays, and it's pretty close. I think it's just a screen I'm missing. I don't know how to get on that, but I know it's simple. Come on, boys.
Yeah,
1
it'd be
minute.
really, really nice to see an actual update for both the Legionnaire and the Liberator.
Yep.
Right, Legionnaire being that boarding ship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legionnaire changing piracy completely
Yeah.
for the
Well,
larger ships.
I'll be honest. At this point, we could use a change in piracy.
And
So many ways. Like actually having it
maybe-
again would be a change.
maybe we'll be lucky and they'll actually be launching the Ironclad too.
That's what one of the things
That would
I was
be
gonna
really
say is that I hope, of course, I hope that it's the Ironclad. Honestly, I hope it's... Well, both would be cool. A new star system and the Ironclad, like Noah was saying, but...
Yeah.
Just the Ironclad would be cool.
Oh, especially if they made the Ironclad a loner for the Legionnaire.
Yeah. I just want to see a freaking cat, you know? A cat carrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Drake carrier is what I'm saying.
I wonder how many ships would be able to fit in that Ironclad too.
All right, 10 seconds.
All right.
I'm going to turn up the stream. There's a little bit. The volume just right.
This year has marked a turning point in Star Citizen's history. We have finally moved past the
Here we
question of
go.
whether we can build an architecture to deliver a universe with incredible detail at massive
I gotta
scale,
turn it up a little
seamlessly,
bit.
and where thousands of people can all play together. Server meshing has
Getting
been
the
working
volume
pretty
right
much
is going to be
flawlessly
tricky. I just
at
realized that.
scale for the past 9 months.
Seamlessly,
It has
my
brought a
ass.
more populated and active verse with up to 700 players online and in the same
Flawlessly.
space at once. It's greatly increased server performance and delivered a much more responsive player experience. I couldn't be prouder of the team. They delivered something
I
no
still,
other
when I
online
see
game
his
does
face,
presently.
man,
There may be other
I
games
think
out
of
there
that
claim large
movie
player
he was
counts,
in.
or even the
His
ability
movie.
to mesh, but none do it at our detail,
Wing
scale,
Commander.
and seamlessness. Of course, there will be continued improvements
Great
to server
movie.
meshing in
Really
Star
great.
Ocean, but having moved past this last big technological hurdle,
He's
has
technically
allowed
Star
us to
Citizen,
finally
right?
focus on quality of life
Yeah,
and stability
basically.
improvements, something that has long been overdue. We're about to deliver our 9th patch in 10 months.
Chat,
with
can you
content
guys
that
hear
brought Star
the
Citizen
stream
storytelling
okay?
into new
It's
and
not the
exciting
usual kind of
directions.
content I
We
do.
pushed more than 24
at
features
all, so.
and more than 2,000 bug fixes. And while there is still a long way to go, the game has gotten more stable, performant, and fun as a result. We see this in player metrics. More of you play every day. The daily average users is up 45% from last year, and your play time is up 15%. So more people venture out into the verse and stay there longer than ever before. And through all that, we've told the dual stories of the Frontier Fighters Assault on Pyro and the moral compromises being made to combat the regen crisis. Now, as those stories come to a rest for the time being, it's time to look forward to the next chapter of Star Citizen, where the instability in Pyro and the callous actions of some pave the way to new adventures, new locations, and new threats. Last year, we announced our next star system would be Nyx, home to the People's Alliance of Levski and bordering the
Yep.
Vandal threat. Today, we're proud to share that your adventures in Nyx begin not next year, but next month, when Star
Okay.
Citizen's third system comes online in Alpha 4.4.
Whoa.
2 new systems in 1 year.
It was
That's
There you
only
go.
possible.
It was a good
because
call,
Towers
no,
work
man,
with our
for sure.
development teams.
I was right.
Server meshing
Yeah,
accelerates
yeah,
what's
yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
The support teams
1 month
behind
from
the
now,
scenes,
meaning
and most importantly,
3
all
months
of
from
you.
now.
Now, I
Yeah.
do miss that we're not all together.
Probably
under one
halfway
roof
through
this
the
year.
year, if we're
But in
honest.
many
At-
ways,
at-
we're more
at
connected
most.
than ever.
I don't know.
Across the globe, many of you are gathering at watch
But
parties.
Pyro's here,
9
so...
of them with our developers in attendance.
And it's a
and
mess,
countless others
yes.
springing up in communities
And left
everywhere.
behind, but I know they'll
All
come back
happening
at some point.
simultaneously today. So even if we're separated by oceans and continents, we're bound together by the same passion for space, for discovery, and for this incredible universe we're building together. Whether you're at home or alongside your crew at a watch party, grab a drink, sit back, and let us take you inside our up-and-coming
Tristan,
plans
welcome.
for the next year of Star Citizen.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, that's normal. How's the volume, chat? That's gonna be the most well, probably one of the worst things about this tonight. Hopefully it's not too bad. Get everybody plus the screen. Right. Well, for winging everything, that's weird.
I hope he addresses the hackers.
I hope he addresses the ironclad. Ironclad.
Yeah, but the hacking also needs to be brought
Oh yeah,
up.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
You know.
I don't know. I think they might
With the
avoid
Fatty,
talking about
foundational
it.
technology
You weren't
now in
subscribed to my
place,
channel, you
the
son of a.
content development of the game is
This
no
is
longer
my second
restricted,
account.
I love this fucking.
allowing us to forge ahead
Yeah.
with building out our
How
first
dare you.
5-star systems.
All right.
Nyx will see the much-loved Levski landing zone added back to the verse, while also bringing you one of its most iconic landmarks, the Glacian Dome. Here, you'll experience a new combined arms operation that will introduce new factions and new adventures for you to discover. With this edition of our third star system, we're also going to do something that's at the heart of the entire Star Citizen experience, and that is to build it right in front of you. As we have done this year, with the addition of several major locations, such as the Hathor facility or the
Kind of like
Lazarus
watching paint
complex,
dry.
we will continue to unveil new Nyx content throughout the year. It's a slightly different
Except paint's
approach to
done
how
when
we
it's
deliver
finished
Pyro,
drying.
but we feel this gets the content
Okay.
into your hands sooner.
I know.
and shows our intent
I know what
as
this is
we
going
continue our
to.
march towards 1.0. I'm so incredibly proud of the work our teams have done and are continuing to do, and we're excited to have you on this next step of our journey. And as with any
Economy.
journey in Star Citizen,
Come on.
that begins with a little story.
That's really what I'm waiting for. Big one. And I get it, you know, they can't focus too much on that kind of shit right now. But yeah, it'd be nice.
In 2025, we introduced two major storylines spanning multiple patches, creating a living backbone for adventure across the universe. The first was Pyro Must Burn.
Someone
It
bring up the
connected
chat
Stanton
fall
to
through
Pyro
planets.
and introduced the Frontier Fighters, who are relentless, brutal, and determined to wipe out any threats that cross them. And with this month's release, you'll now take part in the conclusion to that storyline. The second was Science Run Amok, with the regen crisis throwing the Empire into chaos, and you all jumping in to help the various corporations respond. Through that journey, we pulled back the curtain on ASD and its shady practices,
Yeah, I've been
uncovering
helping a
long
lot, I
forgotten Onyx
swear.
facilities, and met new characters like Dr. Logan Yorin and Detective Arkham Meller of the Hokro Agency. And just like the Pyro Must Burn storyline carried us into a new system, Science Run Amok is now setting the stage for Nyx, the next step in the larger story we're telling on the
Hey,
road
Zero,
to
welcome in.
1.0.
Oh, is that
As this new chapter of Star Citizen
Yeah, welcome,
begins,
Zero.
let's hear from just a few
No
of the
push
team
to
members
talk to your chat,
working to
please.
bring this next era
What?
of our universe to
You
life.
just push to talk with your chat, please.
Oh yeah, sure. Are you streaming too, Nomad?
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah. Just said so. Sorry. Here you go.
When the Nyx system was first
I was actually
discovered,
about to say
the
I
United
am
Empire of
not on
Rui
push to talk.
came out and did
But-
scans and kind of found out that the system
Hey,
wasn't
the
really
Terrapin,
resetting. Planets were
worthless
too hard
ship
to
right now.
terraform, the resources were too tough to get, so they opened it up.
All right, chat. We got
And one company saw an opportunity where the UE did
Nomad's streaming too.
Planet services.
So go check it
And
out.
so they expanded into the system and tried to mine as much as they could, making a very slim margin by the sheer quantity of resources they were pulling out.
The
It
system
would just
itself
be at
sort of
Nomad
ran its
Dennis
course
on
from sort of
Twitch,
a
I
large
believe.
Showing off the
corporate interest,
Terrapin without
perspective,
talking about
and then was mostly
radar
left
at all.
abandoned.
Now, this ended up being the ideal situation for the People's Alliance, who were a group of revolutionaries who were trying to overthrow the dictatorship of the Messer regime that was going on in the Empire at the time.
So they went to the Nyx system and
Alright.
established what became known as Levski.
Push to talk's working. All right,
They
there we
wanted
go.
to make it everything that the UEE wasn't at this time.
Yeah, Nomad Dennis is also streaming. Go check him out on Twitch.
Set up what they saw as their ideal
Nomad
society, where
Dennis.
everyone's voices would be heard,
Exactly
where
how it
everyone would be
sounds.
equal.
I put it in chat
But
here, but
they've fallen
yeah,
onto hard times.
not organized enough for that right now. Anyway, fighting.
So Nyx today is kind of at an interesting point in its history. Now that the UEE has kind of transformed itself into a democratic society, what is their role? What are the People's Alliance rebelling against? And they still see the Empire as being inherently unfair. They see
Almost
their
that
role as still
Tristan.
trying to create a free
Yeah.
and fair society.
Zero.
But on the other hand,
Thanks
they
for
have
the
more
follow.
problems than ever. And there's new threats lurking around every corner. And they have to ask, are they prepared to handle that? Or do they need to
Yeah, I'm
turn
trying to
the
send
UEE
as
for
many
help?
people over there as I can.
Yeah,
I didn't know you were streaming.
Making a star system is you.
Like you
you
said,
approach it from
chat. This
kind
whole
of two
thing was
angles
put
in a
together.
weird way.
Sorry,
What is
bad
this
timing.
system
Hold on.
bringing to the gallery? How does this new system plug into it, and what does it bring to the table from a sort of a flavor experience? We want to make sure that whatever
Right,
it's bringing
Zero?
to
Jeez.
the company
Yeah,
is unique and
for
has
sure.
some flair to it.
But that is kind of why they're focusing on such
So the
crazy
Nix
shit,
system is
I
a
guess, at the
remote
same
system
time, you know.
where people
And of
want
course,
to go
ship
and
sales.
live free
But without
outside
ship
of
sales,
the
no
pressure
good.
and influence of the UEE.
It is
It's
what it
a
is.
remote and rugged system with
I don't
a lot
spend
of
much money.
hostility coming from the ever-present
Still love
threat
this
of
game, by the way.
It's kind of like a frontier-esque thing. It's not lawless like Pyro. It's just kind of out there. Pyro's more like a Mad Max wasteland, and Nyx is more like Silverado or like Deadwood, right? It's kind of like a smaller scope.
The emptiness and the loneliness is the defining factor. You're still going to find gangs. You're still going to find hostile
Sounds like Hurston.
presences, but it's where people go
Yeah,
if they
yeah.
want to live off the grid.
The People's Alliance is the main peacekeeping force in Nyx.
They were unhappy with
Even though Hurston's
the
actually
direction that the
like a
Empire was going
communist.
under the Messers. They got out. They said
regime
"We're
or
just gonna
something like
start
that,
from
I think so.
scratch, build our own society, but build it the way that we think it needs to be built.
They're not perfect. They're just people, but they're doing their best. They want to help keep Nyx safe and make it prosper.
They are trying to do the best that they can, but are faced with the realities of dealing with people, which is tricky.
Sounds like another CFP
The
faction.
Pyro Star is quite a warm star. Stanton Star
The
is
good
quite
guys of
neutral,
Nyx.
and the Nyx is a
The
little
first
bit
thing
cooler.
comes to mind, they're talking about the temperatures. So
The
this is the
system
type of armor that
has
we're
a
going
star,
to be using.
and it has this dark,
in that,
really
system.
dense gas,
Yeah.
sort of nebulous cloud, and it has points of light scattered around it, and those points of light in this gas cloud is
They have brought
really,
in a
really
lot of
hazy.
the loops, radiation, all that. So
Right,
So because
exactly.
Nyx is bordering Vandal space, it was
clouds
important that we
blocking
have a
EM or
gap in
IR.
the Nyx gas cloud, where you could sort of just, in between the clouds, see a piece of the Vandal space. It feels so close that it's even like protruding some red light.
Are we supposed to get a
The level
reveal of
designers
the
are
Nyx
using
system?
it as
Yeah,
an actual
they were just
visual
talking about it.
indicator of where to place more
It
dangerous
sounds like it.
POIs.
I mean, this is
so if you point
a
your ship
reveal in a
in the
way.
direction of it, you should find, as we build it out, that you will be in more and more
Yeah,
danger. And I
exactly.
think that's really cool. To give more atmosphere, I was testing out adding some sort of space snowflakes, essentially. So when you look towards the sun, you can sort of see that sort of like sparkle. But then when you look away from the sun, you'll see the reflections and sort of like little glints of light.
Reminds me of the clusters.
For the jump points in Nyx, we'll have 2 on this release.
Bring
We'll
'em
have
back.
One from Pyro to Nyx and one from Stanton to Nyx. It should be going from Nyx to Castra, but we're essentially bypassing Castra temporarily.
The space.
Hey,
now.
we want to make sure you can get there any way you want.
Glacian Belt is a huge asteroid belt that is in sort of the middle of the system.
Glacian Belt is a combination of a bunch of technologies that we already had. The asteroid fields we use for planetary rings and the gas clouds, and it's combining them to make something completely new that we've just not seen before.
It's full of resources
I
that
don't
are
know,
still
it's
left
kinda like the,
unharvested
asteroid clusters
because it's kind of
all
a
around
tricky
planets
spot
right
for
now.
mining. It's not the easiest place to go, but that means that there's
Yeah, it
still
does.
a lot of opportunity for independent miners
But
to go
it
out
just
there.
sounds like it's set up differently.
Rocks in Nyx
That's to
are
the typical
more sharp,
asteroid clusters.
like sort
Yeah.
of like icy look, rocky, cliff-like, very
For some
different from those in
interesting
the
fighter
Pyro
combat.
and the Stanton.
I was
One of
just
the big
thinking
differences
that.
too is all of the
Pirating.
extra added movement.
I gotta fix
that just adds
PAX
a little bit of
sound.
extra
Hold
flair.
on.
It's also a good hiding spot
me move my
for
mic?
people who are trying
Yeah,
to
you're pretty quiet. Oh, I can't
capture,
turn you
maybe
up,
set
yeah.
ambushes, that type of stuff.
See, people in the comments are already saying piracy. Hell yeah.
Always feel way more interesting flying
we're
in
thinking
those
the same
spaces
way.
than just, through empty
Oh
void.
shit.
And as
Were
we
they
build out the
Ah, damn
Glacier
it.
Belt over the next year, lots of places to put new content.
Delamar is a very large asteroid in the Glacian Belt.
Oh,
that
yeah.
3D Planet
I knew I
Services
recognized this
built a
fucking-
mining base on it that got taken over by the
Delamar.
People's Alliance and renamed Levski.
Yeah.
Delamar, right? Yeah, he used to be in the game.
Levski is our first and
I
biggest
used to race the
social
dragonflies
outpost for
around
Nyx.
that.
It's kind of like the place where you stop before you do your panning.
I started playing as soon as
So
that
it's kind of,
disappeared.
San
pretty much.
Francisco before you got to the Gold
Yeah.
Rush.
Shortly.
It's
It
gonna be the
disappeared
central
shortly
hub
after I started
for
playing.
trade and hauling. And
Which I couldn't
all
back
of
then. It
the
was just too
commerce
glitchy on
within
that
Nix
computer. I'd
and
last
also
about 30
from
minutes
Nix
tops before it
to other
crashed.
systems. But it does have a CD
Well,
overlay.
maybe they optimized.
Yeah.
Over
Well,
the
my computer
years,
was
you're
awful
sort of
too.
improving the generation method of those asteroids to culminate towards this specific point to make large explorable location.
Okay.
When you fly towards the Levski, you see this huge gas ring around it, scattered small, mid-sized pieces of the asteroids.
Well, Levski is immediately apparently unique by the fact that it's a facility clamped onto the side of an asteroid. The breathtaking views of looking
Industrial
into the belts
gameplay,
also
huh,
gives it,
Ghost?
a unique charm and flavor.
As
Yeah.
you approach, you'll initially see a very dramatic
I agree.
borehole that goes all the way
I'll
through
bring
the
back some
asteroid.
reclaimers.
You will also
to our
see
crosshairs.
growing out from there and alongside Levski, there will be landing pads along what I'd call the spine.
So, just a little backstory, chat. If you're not aware, this place, like I just said, was all in the game at some point. It was already there. It wasn't supposed to be there, though.
It was a mining station.
So they removed it.
Before we were using an actual
This
planet,
video kind of
we had
reminds me
all
of an
the
old
space
video that they
available
released
to
several
place
years back.
all of these structures.
It's like the same
But now it
footage.
kind of meant that we had to create
Well,
an asteroid.
probably is.
Probably
that's
is.
the appropriate size to
Yeah.
If we took the whole show,
It's another-
Reusing assets, we've already fucked up.
So wait, so this is in because I'm
there's
doing
an area to
yeah
fly underneath.
a little too much here. This is in the same system that
Plan on bringing
they're
in
talking
whole
about,
sea
right? The
gameplay.
Nix.
So this is
Nix,
exterior.
yeah.
So Delamar's
Yeah.
okay. That's what I thought.
Elevators.
Okay.
So as a team, you will be able to load.
So yeah,
and
that
unload
means
cargo.
this system's just like Pyro
There's
has
a lot
been
more
being
movement
worked
on
on
the
for a long time
exterior,
already.
Such as the
It's a blue
cargo
Pyro.
trains
Yep.
going around tracks. It's now going to be fully EVA-able. There will be walkways around the main landing zone to walk
Ah,
around
I
using
agree,
gravity
Ghost,
plates,
100%,
But
yeah.
you can drift off and kind of go wherever you want. They can explore fully the whole place, which is great.
Oh, I was gonna ask you guys. It's
Unlike the
a little late
majority of
now, but
anarchists living in
before I forget,
Pyro, there are
all the
people here
events that
in
have been
Nix
going
that
on in the
care.
game. Have you
It's
played them?
not
What do you think of them? Really?
downtrodden or derelict,
What
dilapidated
events?
location.
Yeah,
It has
like
a sense of order.
the PV. They're not really events. I guess they're,
where the
but
People's
they feel like
Alliance
events. You know what I mean?
Has people living.
Oh
You're
yeah, the
talking about, like,
missions they
We've had
released.
Levski
Yeah,
before.
because-
Three new patches.
Yes,
They've
yes.
updated it quite substantially to be.
I haven't tried them out.
more,
But I
Yeah.
started
in line
out with the
the
first
newer
one, but
features that have been put in since.
Yeah, and
but
even
also
if you guys have
visually,
already discussed it
and
with
there's
me,
been a
and
lot
now that
of
we're on
quality
stream, just
fixes
feel
that
free to.
we've wanted to add,
you know.
and
Yeah, they're not
bring
bad.
it to a good standard for a
Like for
landing zone.
us, we've been doing them as a
Raising the
group,
main lobby
and
of
we're getting
the
some good
large
positive
statue
results
of
from them.
Anthony Tanaka, who was
But I think they're done
founded
really well.
And it was being worked to death. All of them were. And Anthony
Yeah,
Tanaka
I haven't been
just had a
down to
break and
enough
said
to
no,
say anything
and stood up against the
other than
foreman, the
I
supervisors,
was
the
about to shoot a
managers, the
guy in the
guards,
face, a
and
player,
just
and
go
then
for it.
I ran into that
So he
big beam
became
you
a
told me
sort of a
not to run into.
figurehead.
And
Addy.
Cleveland was one of the
Like the one time I
linchpins
found
in
it, I
the
ran
fall
into
of
it.
the
I saw a
messenger.
player, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get him. Bam.
Yeah.
So if you take the elevator up
I
to
like the
top
concept
deck,
of them.
You'll see the top
Oh, this
view
looks familiar.
and
This is
the
just
cargo
this is Delamar,
area as well.
100%.
Yeah, this is
You can go
Delmar.
through
It
the
looks the
cargo
same,
shop.
pretty much.
You've
I
got
don't know.
your normal
It's been a
cargo
while, but
needs. You'll have ability to
definitely some
trade
changes here and there.
and buy
This makes
your
this
tractor
makes me
beam
think
and
about
other
the station
gear
building or base building out in space.
Typically,
If
design
it
the
needs to be
next
anchored
system,
to
then
a
one of the
planet
places you might
or
come out from
orbiting
is
body.
the
Yeah, it
hospital
looks
in
good,
Or
Tristan.
can we
Yeah,
anchor?
agree.
Can we just put them in the middle of space?
The Mercy
you know?
Hospital is just basically it's a
Yeah.
local
Well,
med station for all the residents.
So the
of
Idris,
Levski,
and sorry,
anybody
chat, talking
traveling
over
through
the.
the
I don't know any other way of
trying to
doing this.
provide as good
The
medical
Idris
help
is
for people as they can.
a really good example of ways you can
When
do that already
you
in a huge
arrive at
way.
the, hub's location,
With
you
the
present
Idris,
with
it
a
is a
lobby,
flying
reserve bank,
fortress,
and
a
then
base.
You take that transit to the
And it
hab
is
room.
proof of concept right off the bat.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
within that room will be pods.
I had a stolen Idris for 2 weeks.
The original miners
Okay.
would have lived.
Never mind how, but I had
They're
it
not the
for
nicest,
2 weeks full
and
of
they're a bit
ships,
messy,
guns,
but
everything.
They're a home for people in Levski. If you head down to the
Our plan is to do it out of a
lower
Kraken.
deck, you'll
For
go
all
through
the organization.
the Grand Barter.
Why do you think
which
I'm like
is your main
impatiently waiting
social
for
and
the
commercial area of
ironclad
Levski.
now?
This
Because
is
it's
where
the
but-
closest thing.
market sellers selling their
I
wares.
mean, that's what,
There will
3,
be
5 years from now?
stalls, There will be
Yeah.
more
Well, I've been waiting
shops.
12 years for a Banu merchantman. So I mean,
Includes things
what's
like
3 or 5
corderies, which is
years?
your armor shop, and also conscientious
Yeah, and sorry, Chad,
objects, which is for
we're gonna squeeze in
weapons.
some
There's also
thoughts here
one
and
of my
there.
favorite places,
I don't know if they do breaks or anything, but it's only a
some of
couple
the
hours, so I
more
doubt
rocky
it.
depths and grab yourself a drink, and you never know who you meet down there. If you explore a bit more around the Grand Barter, there's other routes around and little side passages. There's another shop that's away from that area called Teachers.
Teach's Ship Shop is basically where you would go if you were looking to pick up a used ship, buy some ship
Yeah,
parts,
Teach's.
fix up your old ship,
Well,
find some new stuff,
yeah.
sell some scrap.
I just
We've
recognize
closed
that
up
from
Dumpers
Edward
Depot
Teach.
for Levski, and everything that used to be sold
Blackbeard.
there will now be sold at Teachers. Another new area, as well as the cargo shop that we've added, is the refinery deck for Levski. That's where you can take your
Which, man, they should make
goods,
us
not just, from
just
Levski, but
redo a
from
movie
the
that
rest
is
of the
actually
system,
based on
and
history for
refine
once.
and sell those goods there.
Around them, like Blackbeard,
As a lot
all
of the
those
content
real people.
in the next
Man,
couple of
fascinating
releases for
shit.
Nyx is going to be mining related.
Really interesting.
So it's super important that Levski is a really nice hub for mining type of gameplay. So we're really happy to bring Levski back into the game. It's been gone for quite a few
And
years
piracy.
now.
I think it really
mining
provided
hub,
a unique
huh?
environment of.
That's great.
it's
That means the miners for once
run
will be
down,
targets.
but
Like
the people who live there love it and are working
miners,
their hardest to
miners.
make it a
Okay.
great place to live.
This is a location that has a lot of nostalgia for you guys, and we don't want this just to be a re-release. We do want you to go, wow.
It's not going to be
It
as
looks
complete
better,
as
for
Pyro was
sure.
when it first came out. But
There's
it's
a lot
gonna
more
be
empty
our
than that
first
around it,
iteration,
really.
and you're going to be able to see it grow.
I mean,
as
there's
we
going to
work
be
on it.
some mining
Like with
miners.
everything, we're always learning and improving and finding new
Yeah.
ways.
I mean, is there anything more Star Citizen
All right.
than just building the system while the players watch us build it around them?
Going to add a nice dynamic to Stanton and be a much more calming of style system than Pyro.
The people that would have played it before are going to love to see this come back, and the people that haven't seen it before, it's going to be a great new location.
What
This is the
about
first
a
time that I'm
trading
gonna be able to
hub?
touch stuff and kind of bring my own content to the game, and that's really exciting to me.
Yeah,
Levski coming
exactly.
back into the game is
Yeah.
a huge milestone personally for me. So I worked on the original quite some time ago. So seeing it come back and
Exactly.
updated and improved.
I'm a degenerate,
I'm
okay?
better.
But I'm
She's been
not.
working
No,
this
okay,
week
no, no,
on
no. All right, that was it, guys. Good show. No, I'm just kidding. Come on, Ironclad.
So we've talked about Levski, we've talked about the Glacian Belt, but you're probably asking yourself, what's the new gameplay activity we're going to be doing? So let's find out.
Welcome to Nyx is your first experience in a new space station in a new solar system.
It's a mystery to be solved. There's things for the player to explore and look into. There's going to be some twists and turns, of course, some combat, and if you're lucky enough to survive, maybe some good rewards.
This is basically a continuation of kind of our ASD storyline. So
Actually want some
in
large
the
cave systems.
closing out what we had called our Science Run Amok storyline.
Yeah, it's all
we
going to be the
had
same stuff they've been doing,
revealed that
which
ASD
again,
had
it's
been
cool.
procuring sort of
I'm,
black
you know,
market illegal
obviously
stuff in order to conduct their
I
experiments.
speak for myself
So this
for
is
sure
basically gonna
that
be continuing on.
this kind of events
So the
is just
Navy's
never going to
learned
do
that
it.
illegal
It's not
tech
what
is
we
being
do,
sold
but
in the UAE,
they're still cool.
and
They're cool.
hiring
I get it.
Intersect to
I like the
investigate.
events.
Intersect Defense Solutions.
And I know that most of the
is
community
leading,
is not like us. I get that.
military defense contractor in the UAE. So the Navy contracts with them a lot for doing various kind of military operations that they don't want to handle themselves. We didn't want players to be.
I think they
working
needed to
directly
also include like
for the Navy.
vandal
The Navy just doesn't
skirmishing
call up random
raids
citizens
on
and ask,
players
like,
and
"Hey, if you're free,
stations
can you
at
fly a
you know
helicopter?"
at
I guess
random
as a player, when
times.
you can think
Yeah.
about like, oh, where am I going to
Well,
be
they just need to
doing
start, and
missions
I
at a
get,
capital ship
I know a lot of
battles
people
or
gonna
large fleet scale
whatever
stuff
about it, but
or
it's like
military
they need to
operations.
start
That's all
putting
gonna come
back
from
in the
Intersect Defense
PvP
Solutions.
events at the same time. just things that
discovered
push
the
it all
source
towards
of
the
illegal
same
tech
general
is in the
area.
Nix
Because
system
those are some of the
and an
best
old
events,
abandoned
honestly,
QV
in
Planet
my opinion,
Services
of course.
logistics station that's come
Yeah,
back
no,
from
I
our
agree with you
world.
because
So they
the
want
thing is,
the
it goes
players
hand
to
in
figure out
hand
what's
with
going on.
industry,
Exactly.
PvP, and it's a continuous
So when you
cycle
come
that
out of
goes
Quantum
around
and
in
you start your
circles,
approach
like
vector to
another
the
space game
objective,
that I'm not
you'll
gonna
be weaving
name.
through asteroids,
But
going
they
through
need
the
to really
Glacier
focus on
Belt,
that too.
and slowly the station will
100%.
reveal itself. Now this is an old QV logistics station. It's pretty beat up, it's pretty derelict, but there's some points
As
of
you can see,
interest that
chat,
you'll spot as you go
barely
through.
getting by
So
with
the
how I'm
station
doing
itself
this.
shows design cues from old
Trading
planetary
my life.
stations found in Pyro. This
Winging it.
architectural design found its way over to the Nix system as the system was being established. But you'll also see some additional design cues that QV planetary services were adding, so it's a nice transition architectural point. It's fairly skeletal in design. You'll see logistics yards and cargo yards, but also facilities pinned inside the asteroid, creating this network of facilities. You'll notice there's a Polaris near the main hub. It's not a normal Polaris. It's damaged, it's broken. It's not a standard corporate Polaris. So at this point, you should be asking yourself, who does this belong to? Away from the Polaris, you'll see struts leading
Well,
to
I can tell you who
asteroid
torped
bases.
it, and
These
another
asteroid
Polaris.
bases
A little
are
too
locked,
much.
so you don't know exactly what's inside just yet. But all of this comes together to form the playground for the mission to
Forgot
take
that was
place.
not push to talk.
So not
I didn't
only
hear
is
that.
this
Whoops.
facility unabandoned, but it's also under attack.
Dennis.
There we go.
Surprising.
That's what we were just talking about.
Yep. He blew the hell out of that Polaris. Yeah, that's why when I'm talking about like economy, what I mean is like chat. It's just the trade, really the backbone of trade of needing this resource over here. But because of that, it's now worth less money over here. At site A, but site B, something else is worth money.
In the PU, the Vandal.
That was the layman's terms for it.
Are a nomadic, very, very, very violent spacefaring race.
They've been striking out against outposts and such in the Nix system. They don't really know what they want, don't know why they're doing it, but it seems like whoever's running the station is really pissed them off.
Vandal raiding parties have been rioting in the system.
Oh.
And they're unaffiliated to any clan.
Aliens.
Small groups coming in.
Yeah, there you go.
picking
That's what we were just talking
as
about.
time
Yeah.
goes on, those raids have getting bigger and more frequent.
There'll be the scythes that you're familiar with, glaives and blades that we all know and hate, and a new craft for the PU, the Vandal Stinger.
Man, their AI can be messy, but
You will be
I remember
contacted
just
by
recently
civilians on arrival asking
when
you
the
to
servers
help.
ran
So at
good,
this point, you have a choice.
ran well, is
Bug
that
out, mission
some of
over,
these fights you get in
or
with
join the
NPC
fight.
groups on one of these missions was intense, dude.
This will be the first
This is
time
wild,
that
though,
the
though.
PU launched that
And they're
you'll
only
be able to
improving
fight against Vandal
the
and
AI as well. So
Yeah.
Fight will
Oh,
be
they've been working
intense.
hard on that.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
you can tell when you're in a good server.
deal with
That's
them.
pretty damn good, man.
They will have to be prepared and they'll have to come back in to fight off this
It's
initiative,
rare,
and
but
that will
still,
be the end
it's
of it.
cool. You gotta give them credit.
Yeah.
Too many
After you
in
fight
this
off the
community.
ships, the,
By the
mysterious
way,
inhabitants of the station
something we
invite you
just
to learn
learn as we
which
go
insects
and play and do what we
We'll encourage
have
you to do
done.
because it'll help
Is
further
that a lot
their
of
investigation
yeah,
as to what's happening here? Why
yeah,
the
they
QV
just
stations have come back online.
I don't know.
You dock your ship, you board the
One way or
station,
another, it's
and it
always
turns
this
out
game's
the
gonna be
inhabitants here
overly
have a real
criticized at the
surprise.
same time underly. You know what I mean? There's
Well,
a lot
it's
of things to be
because-
critic about because it's a mess. At the same time, it's the
Right.
best game I've
Of course, it's not
played
gonna
in
be
a long
easy
time in a
because
lot of
the
ways.
people that are inhabiting
So
the
I've been
station
with
are
the
gonna
game
fight
for
you
a
every
long
step of the
time.
way.
You know,
The
from
fight will
the
be
inception
challenging,
basically.
but this definitely
But
will
it's
be the
come a
one
long
phase of
way,
this
and
mission.
it's
Players getting a sense
so
of,
much better than it was
what
before when it
exactly is
first
going
started.
on there.
When they first introduced the hangars,
There'll be an
it's
unfamiliar
completely
armor.
different,
They will
a
be
different game.
wielding unfamiliar weapons.
100%, dude.
And we want you to get a sense
It is,
that
and
you
it's
are in
even
new
after all
place,
the
new
like
territory,
piracy being
fighting
rare.
new
Oh, it's really honestly you can find it. I'm lazy too. I'm not lazy, but all right. Anyway, yeah, it's I don't know.
Obviously, the question is, who are these people? Why
Still
are
a
they
great
here?
game, but my point is that it tends to the community especially tends to over criticize certain things, and then next thing you know, that's all it's about. But they're still in the game playing it and buying these big ships, and it's like, okay, well guys, come on.
It's not just the space station. There's the disabled capital ship.
And then when they focus on something that needs to be fixed, they're complaining about, I don't know, for example, master mode.
Well, I mean, the only thing that I'm complaining about are the hackers and the cheating.
Yeah, no, I wasn't talking about you.
No, I agree with you. But the community needs to understand that this is a game in progress, and it's going to be in progress for a while. Yeah, of course, other games don't, take that long to build, but they're trying to do something that hasn't been done before.
Yeah, and it looks great, dude. It like I said, even today, I get on and I look at, usually I got FOIP on or whatever, it's FOIP, FOIP, not the VoIP.
Right.
But the fact that you can do that with the face when it's working like that, and how detailed everything is, the ships and everything is crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Still ahead of its time, and I don't know. It is definitely a pixelator, screen simulator, but at the same time, no, not even close. We've been doing shit on it the whole time.
Right.
Yeah, I'm betting those new armor and weapons are probably all going to be Vandal stuff.
Super excited to finally see
Probably.
Duel in the PU.
I'm excited to bring cool fan duel ship combat to SC.
Okay, turn the string back up a little bit. Here we go.
And get
Said the volume's a little bit, but honestly, a lot of it's the reaction.
Like we already have
and
an
talking
arena
about things.
commander where you get to fight the Vandal swarm, and being able to do that in the PU is going to be, I think, a heck of a lot of fun.
Sorry about no icons, by the way. I know it's hard to see who's talking.
Hard and adding great content this
It's a
year.
last minute thing.
We're also being able to introduce the
I mean,
Busy
Bill,
as
I
hell
just
still.
cranked the volume to
and
max on
introducing
YouTube.
the next landscape to tell
What's that?
new stories.
I just
and
crank
add
your
new gameplay
YouTube volume
beats
to max.
into
People
the
always can lower it.
ever-expanding universe. So we'll leave 4.4 there. If you're at one of the watch parties, please raise a toast. to
Yeah,
the great
no,
work
just
that
getting all the
the
other
teams have been
volumes
doing this year.
even
And I'll be
enough
right
is
back
what
in
I'm
just a few
dealing
minutes
with,
to look
that's all.
ahead at some of the things coming in 2026.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Voyager Bar
Yeah,
in
nope,
beautiful
nope.
scenic Orison, where the staff of Cloud Imperium Games Manchester is gathered for their very own CitizenCon Direct watch party. As the dozens of such events happening at locations around the world, we've gathered today to watch
Wait,
this
there
sneak
is a
peek at
place
just a little
they're
of what the
gathering
next
at?
year of
They've
Star
got
Citizen
watch
has in store
parties
for
at
everyone.
several
Oh my
places.
gosh.
And
They
that's what I was saying earlier.
Jared Huckabee, your host for the
They have these
Cosmic Geek and for the
meetups
show
all around
today.
the world every year.
It's not
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Makes me wonder if they just made those places pay to put the bill for their watch parties.
Oh, those bars are getting freaking rich off those guys. That's
Yeah.
guarantee it.
No, I'm curious if they're charging the places to do the watch party at or something. There's like, we'll put you on our website if you pay us this.
Yeah.
It'll bring you business.
We've been building for so many years has now unlocked us to bring more to Star Citizen than ever before as we continue our journey towards 1.0. Now, before we continue the
1.0.
show, let's get a few
It's starting to feel like
housekeeping tasks out of the
4.0.
way. First, we're simulcast on YouTube and Twitch. So if you want the keen communities of Twitch or the 4K ultra high resolution of
Yes.
YouTube, you have your choice. Second, throughout the broadcast today, we want to see and hear what you have to say along the way, and you can tell us on social media by using #CitizenCon. We're especially interested to see
Way ahead of you for once.
watch parties that are happening across the globe, and we're going to find some way to bring a few of them into the broadcast later in the program. Third, we've also had a CitizenCon contest going for people to create their very own slice of life in the PU videos, and we played the winning entries during our pre-show countdown. The offerings were super varied. The idea was to work with a team to show the life of a miner or a hauler or a bounty hunter or whatever.
I didn't know they were
One guy
doing
just
that.
said, I'm gonna make a video about
There's no
how
way I'd get a
awesome
video
I
out in
am."
time. Good
And I
enough.
respect
No,
that.
yeah.
So shout out
Oh, it's
Nocturnal
like one
Revenant.
every 5
I don't
minutes or
remember
so.
who
Well, I'm
the
a
winners
streamer
were
anyway. The
in
video
L21
content for
from
me,
Kruger
why I stopped doing
but
it,
you
because
won the
yeah,
coveted Disco Lando
streaming's
Complete
easier,
Narcissist
way
Award.
easier for me.
Good job. And to all the winners, I'm sure someone will either be in touch with you about your wolves or they'll just show up on your accounts. I really
Oh,
don't.
man, do I have enough content to last a lifetime of targets and hits and crazy
Either
shit.
way, if you missed the pre-show and are curious if you won,
some movies.
check the replay
Seriously,
after we're
man.
done here today.
Oh yeah.
All right. I just realized that my bosses, Chris and Sandy, are sitting in a movie theater watch party in Switzerland right now. A completely captive audience. So real behind the scenes here. This is especially torturous for Chris right now because he's super
Fractional
excited about
T1
the
or
next
not?
segment we've got coming up.
Yeah.
Aren't you,
Right.
Chris?
How you doing, Michael? Welcome.
And you're just sat there right now.
Welcome back.
Forced to watch and listen to
I haven't seen you in a
everything I
long
say.
time. How you been?
Do either of you regret that decision so long ago? All right, so I've probably pushed my luck enough. Let's get to the next thing.
So
When
the
Nix
biggest
arrives
narcissist
next
is
month,
giving
we're
out a
gonna have
narcissist
Levski, the
award.
Glacium
Interesting.
Belt, and the new Welcome to Nix operation we just discussed.
I didn't say nothing. Wait, what?
2026, We'll also
Yeah.
continue to
That's
build
funny.
the star system out with new features and new technologies that will not only set Nix apart and give it a unique identity from its sibling star systems, but continue to set Star Citizen apart.
So I
from
don't know how
other
the
video
volume
games
is.
altogether. Now at this point, if you're running
People are
one of
just
the
coming
watch
in.
parties, you're
This
gonna
is
wanna
mostly a
crank your
reaction or
speakers
what
up
we're
with some
thinking of
brand new
and our
music from
experiences
Maestro
of the
Pedro
game.
himself. And
So
let's
the
take a
volume
look
on their
at
side, we might be
some
talking
of
over
what the
some of it.
next
So
year
if
has
you
to
want to hear it,
for the Nix system.
100%, it's not going to be reliable here, especially since I'm not really a React guy. This is the first video I've ever done like this, so I just jumped right in. Welcome, though.
At Cloud Imperial
Please
Games,
be
we
fucking
believe
cave
art
systems where you
inspires
can bring
best
vehicles
technology.
in.
And through the
Did you
development
just say you
of
want cave
pushes
systems to be the
us
focus?
to create even better.
Man, I get
want it to
sick
be a
every time I
thing.
get
don't want
into
it
one
to
of their
be the
caves.
focus.
I
I
don't
don't want it
think
to be a
It will
focus,
change
but I
how
want to
you
use my
experience
tank.
every world.
Dude, caves in this
And
game
not
make me
just
sick.
in the building of the new planets for the Nix
Seriously,
system.
it's
We will
the
also go back to
FPS and the
Stanton
caves they
and
had
Pyro
at the
and
time.
reimagine them through the lens
It
of
would
our
get down to the point of not
Previously,
only
and more
claustrophobia, but
traditionally, we'd create
just the fact.
Obviously, I want them to do it right.
like deserts.
Yeah,
And not
yeah.
have them so fucking
This
tiny
approach
and
moved us forwards and
Yeah.
got us
Yeah.
this far. But
I'm talking about
solving
bigger
scale
caves.
I know.
was always tricky. And for Star Citizen, we like to do scale on another level. Issues like seeing tiling from our height maps from high altitude, or the unpredictable blending when two biomes connected, were common. But ultimately, things just never felt right. Our worlds were gorgeous, but to us, they still sometimes felt like interpretations. Now this was a super hard
Yeah, No
problem,
Man's Sky.
which we needed to solve at the scale
It's
Star
okay.
Citizen
That's pretty
requires.
cool.
We
That's pretty cool.
challenged ourselves to emulate nature in the most believable
I mean,
way,
I haven't played it
and
lately,
not
but
just on a planetary scale,
when it first came out with the
but
new
to
ship
our
thing,
level of
I did.
detail.
No, I'm not a No Man's Sky type for
I mean,
sure.
look at this, dude. This is why we're waiting so long.
Yeah, it's photorealistic, and it
With
really
Jet,
does look like
we've
that
made
in
a
game too. In
complete
a lot of these
paradigm
places.
shift to how we do things.
Yeah.
Biomes are now created based on the physical data sets.
A lot of shit missing in between.
With the
100%,
assets being
like
spawned
nothing
whenever
in a
and
lot of it,
wherever
but
the
same
correct
time, it's
criteria
making
is
a
found.
lot of progress.
Yeah.
So when you see a forest or a meadow, it's no longer because an artist painstakingly crafted it there. It's now because it simply wants to be there. It fits inside our worlds.
One thing I will always say too, and I've
Genesis
always liked it,
also
is the
ties
music.
into our other
The
gameplay systems.
composer,
Oh, yeah.
is
Our new
Pedro?
planets
Is
are
it?
built from the information we create
Orchestral
from
music.
different data sets,
I'm gonna mess up his last name, but
like height maps, humidity,
No, it's
temperature,
it's
soil
phenomenal,
types,
the
soil
music.
amounts,
it's great,
geology,
dude.
erosion data, to name but a few. This means you can now tell
Always
where
has
to
been.
find valuable minerals as the geology looks like it would be suitable for it. Where scree piles exist below sheer cliff faces, and where rocks have broken off over time due to erosion.
Wait a minute. Wasn't Pyro the big part of Pyro was mining, and so the big part of this is also mining?
Look and feel we want.
I don't know if
They
like,
love
the
their
focus-
mining, man.
They do.
To the smallest flower.
I
But
thought
they-
Pyro was all mined out. Wasn't that the whole
Yeah, I
thing?
know, but I mean that is a big part of it. Was mining, the whole focus on mining.
No, then you don't get it. I said
As we focus
it's all
on
mined out.
quality.
There's no more to mine there
I know.
The quantity.
Yeah, I got
in
you.
Pyro, so there's no mining there basically.
Genesis
A little bit,
provides
but
planets with the ultimate sense
Yeah,
of
there's some.
That's we saw more miners in Pyro than in a long time than
Yeah, but like,
other places.
Lore-wise, it's like it's a system that's
Flawless.
depleted from.
Oh yeah, I know.
Minerals.
Yeah.
So.
It's just interesting though. Like mining and it's not a bad thing. Mining is very complete in a lot of ways compared to some career types.
Right.
A lot of focus, and it's cool. I mean, I'm looking at all those gadgets and shit. It was always entertaining. Like, whoa, I didn't even know all this shit was in here.
As a reminder, some of the visuals you'll see will evolve and change as we continue our technological development and hone in on the final look for Nyx.
Wow, looks beautiful, man.
Yeah, look at that jungle.
I wish they were
forest.
focused as much on this as they were releasing ships they've already sold to people.
That are improving our ability to build worlds, refining those that we've already created, and ultimately.
Oh god, don't get me started on the nerfing of the ships.
That we all
don't.
I work on Planet Tech, so let's talk about how that's continued to evolve since our
Hey
presentation
man,
last year.
you know,
And instead
what do you
of just
expect?
highlighting
They
some
gotta
really
make your
cool
ship
finds that we
shittier after you
can
buy it.
create,
Come on, what?
So you can buy the new ships.
Yeah, what else are you gonna do?
upcoming planets of Nyx.
All I can say is the community ends up buying it anyway, and then still complaining anyway. So
Is a gas
it is
giant,
what it is.
and I think it's blue. It's not going to surface. I don't really know.
I'm actually pretty
Nyx
pumped
2
up
is a
about the new
yellow,
system, Nyx.
toxic,
Oh yeah, for
it's got,
sure.
like,
I
this
can't not
high-pressure
be.
atmosphere,
You know?
and it's like a very volatile planet.
I
high-risk
wish
volcano.
Pyro was a.
It's
But
gonna have
at the
some
same time, I
really
know it's not.
interesting
I don't
biomes
know.
for you to
They got
discover,
way too much to
but
do to begin
for
with.
now,
Just
know it's
way
gonna be
behind, and at the
dangerous,
same time,
because today
making good progress.
we're gonna focus
I
on
just
what
wish
we
they
consider to
would
be the
focus
hero
more
planet
on
of this system.
creating the new systems and rolling them out instead of like focusing on Bob's complaining.
Nyx 1 has got
Yeah, for
a
sure, absolutely.
rugged,
That's actually
remote
one
beauty.
thing that I was,
It's got a diverse
you know,
set of
hoping
biomes
it would
from
come up at some
weathered
point.
Rocky
If
mountain
anything, it's
ranges
just
to
the fact that
vast
it's like
sweeping forests and
people
grasslands.
would spend money in
damp
this game,
expansive wetlands
and that's your choice. You don't have to support it. And I actually think it's great that people are supporting it.
These core biome
And then they
concepts give
still
us a
think, and
fantastic
should know
platform
that that
to
does
hone
not
our
mean you
technology.
own a
In
share
some
in the
cases,
game.
because the current tech
No.
couldn't
But
do
they
before,
still go out of their way
or
if something
because we want
goes
to
wrong,
completely
since
step
they
up our
paid a lot
game
of money, and they'll go on there and get all kinds of things, and they
So,
have, and this game
let's
changed to the
approach this
point.
planet in
At
much
least
the
for
same
now.
way that you, the player,
I
will.
think SC still has a main priority, but
The
it's just
orbit
weird to
appearance
change the
of
game
the
around
planets going
your
forward is
spending
far
habits.
more
I don't know.
tied to what is present on the surface. Previously, we had different data that
Which
drove
is
the
why, even though
orbital
my
round
career is
coloring.
dying,
That's
I'm
because the orbit was designed
I wouldn't
to look
anyway.
like vegetation that we'd
You know,
placed
go
on
on and
the
be like,
surface.
oh no, this was not cool, man.
Was trying to be a mix of
You need to
soil,
change the
rock,
game because I
the kind
died.
of compound coloring that forms the kind of colors there. Now we author much more of the data in a unified way. When you look
Michael,
at Earth, you see blues and greens for ocean and
someone's got
vegetation,
updates,
and browns,
and my
yellowy tones
timeline
for
got
sand and soil.
shanked
We
from
wanted to
following
keep
the
it as simple as
previous
that.
tutorial.
The same set of
Why is my
textures
chat
and
so
data
small?
that
Hold
define
on.
the color of the soil, sand, and rock on the ground
small
are used
it
to
is.
create
There
the
we
orbital
go.
look. We then assess the presence of vegetation and competition between different species on each part of the planet and use that to blend in tones of green, including variations due to species health and the current season.
You talking about
This
SC,
creates a
Michael?
far more complete
Coming
image
back into it?
and allows you to identify
It's
features,
different,
geologies, and potential
for
points of
sure,
interest
in so many ways,
all the way
man.
from space. Let's go down to the surface and start with something closer to what you're used to. in a
No,
whole
never
new
mind.
light.
Sorry.
Rocks and sand.
When
The
we
Polaris.
approached the surface of the planet,
Great ship.
we wanted to start by focusing on just the soil.
I like it more and
Yes,
more
it is.
as
One of the
I
things
found
that
out
was
more about
missing
it,
from
and
our
used it
terrain
more
previously was
because you know.
simply feature complexity. Looking at
It's basically
our
a
contemporaries, we lacked detail.
Well,
at the
you know,
ground
a
scale.
flying
To combat this,
submarine.
we added a new layer of data.
Stealthy as shit
That layer
for what it
called
is.
medium tiles.
Yeah, it's a great ship.
Mm-hmm.
These are intelligently placed on top of the existing 4-kilometer terrain tiles based on
I mean, look at
slope,
that, dude.
soil
Just
type, and
amazing.
erosion
Yeah,
data.
beautiful.
And these medium tiles don't just create height changes, they also bring in local erosion data both for soil and bedrock size values. And
The
this
fact
gives
that
us
we
a
got
whole new
Pyro
level of
too,
terrain
okay?
detail of scale.
The fact
and
that it
allows
is
us to
there.
create far more unique locations.
Just imagine
across
if we had like 100 different systems.
So now that we've
How
nailed the
awesome this
surface,
game would
let's
be.
have a look at adding some
Yeah,
blocks.
but at the same time, they
Yeah.
need to,
Got two
yeah,
major
just get a
contributors to
base
rock content
systems
of our
in,
planets.
and then just put all the main things into it.
Cliffs.
So
yeah,
that
and then start adding over time.
yeah,
We are
so that
adding
not all the
large-scale,
systems are dead
very
because
detailed
this
for all our
patch
cliffs
came
based on
out. You know,
geology at a
all the
Right, right.
focus is on one area.
This adds an exciting new
We'll actually get,
dimension to
you know,
steep slopes
each
that we
system
simply
as its
couldn't get
own
before.
server pop, and
The second is a big one for you ground
Yeah.
vehicle enthusiasts.
so it's not
Rocks are
like,
now
oh,
found
there's
not scattered everywhere,
you know
like
100
spilled popcorn at the cinema,
Stantons with only
but
3
only in
people in it.
places
Yeah,
you'd expect
well,
to
and
find
Nomad
them.
makes
said
sense.
this
to a
before. I think
brand
when we were
new
talking
rock
off
scattering
stream is
algorithm that isn't
that
annoying as
yeah,
hell.
and it's true. They're focusing on
Using
they
physical data
focus all this player
generated
base
from
into
each
areas and it
large
helps them with their
medium tile.
testing, all that.
Now rock
Um,
distribution makes sense and
so
has
that
a
makes sense.
physical basis.
But you know,
So if you're
still, it
cracking
just
into
sucks.
them
It's a big
after
open
your
world
race comes out,
sandbox, and
that's on you.
every patch lately, it's everybody's in one area kind of thing. Instead of
Rock
doing their
assets
careers,
themselves
they're
have
just
had a
all
growth
there.
too. We now create rock sets related to a particular
Well, the good thing for
geology
us,
that
we can
look like they
shift our
originated from the same
careers to where
source.
they're at.
And this ties
Yeah,
into how we'll be
sure.
distributing minables in much more
But
interesting
for
ways too.
like my group in particular, it needs to have something profitable.
So now that our base
Yeah.
terrain and
Of
rock
course,
settling looks
man.
good,
You know,
let's add some vegetations and explore some additional biomes.
I think in regards to the servers, what we were talking about just, like a couple minutes ago,
Next one's
I think at the
forests
end,
and grasslands
once they
of
have all these
trees,
systems, I think they're going to
various grass
have basically,
species, rock
instead of
formations,
having different servers for different
and they're
regions,
found
they're going to
at
have
all sorts
one
of elevations, like mountain valleys,
server
open plains,
region,
dense meadows.
and they're going to
Yeah.
have different servers for each planetary
When we start
system.
to add a bit of
That way,
flesh
you don't
to
have to
the
jump from region to
begin
region.
transition
Like
Yeah.
Europe,
Yeah, absolutely.
Australia, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, one universal region.
Yeah,
Wild
yeah.
forests are super cool.
That's kind of what we do anyway. We end
Well-
up in Australia's server so much, yeah.
Like they were saying before too, hopefully all of this work they're doing in this Genesis crap, is allowing them to randomly generate stuff so they can come out with hundreds of worlds that all look
Gotcha,
similar.
Michael. Okay.
Right.
They're
right.
varied, but just by pressing a button on the computer.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. I
So
mean, already
they
what they pulled
can
off.
come up with hundreds of systems theoretically without having to, individually create each planet. by
Yeah.
hand.
across all biomes.
Well, already what they pulled off, and this is one thing, too, is like, okay, when Star Citizen, when I started playing Star Citizen, it was 50-player servers. 50.
We are
That's
also
it.
able to fit our grass
So
tiles to the ground
it went
by
from that
all
to 100
unique
to what?
terrain.
Now we
Now
sit
can
steady at
fully
like, I
cover
think it's
complex
maybe
terrain,
650
grass,
right now.
ground cover
Few hundred, yeah,
result
several
now
hundred.
gravity aligned.
That's crazy.
Each blade is oriented as
Huge
you'd
boost.
expect.
And it still runs
Before.
almost better than it did at some point with 50 people. Actually, it does, yeah.
Next, let's take a look at how we light our grass.
R.I.P.
Even-
RTX 3080.
As in real life, the
Even
shaping
50 is impressive because I remember when they first introduced the hangars, it was just one person,
like a flat
Yeah.
and you were falling through the elevator and dying every time. It was horrible.
Yep.
This, if you think
But
Mess.
it's come such a long way, man.
Yeah, now you have 650 people doing all kinds of crazy shit all over the place. And,
Yeah.
well, that,
Such a
again,
long
it's
way.
focused right now, but
Such a long way, but it's also been such a long time.
Yes.
sure, for sure. It was the,
talk
look,
about the distance problem.
that's the thing. Whether they meant to or whether they, like to admit it or whatever, they are in the whole of all the stuff they've been saying was we're going to be released. So just by saying,
Oh,
it,
yeah,
you know,
people-
like, oh, this is going to be released then. And they got to, but again, it pushes it back and pushes it back. It is true.
Doing the same biome from 10, 20, 100 kilometers away. Because we don't hide planetary transitions and allow you to view complex
Yeah,
regions
No Man's Sky is
from
pretty cool.
very
It's
large
alright.
distances,
Not bad.
there
Not
are
my
always
type, but
infinite perspectives
I
from
tried
which
to.
see a location
Eh.
in Star Citizen. So, how can we afford to
Yeah, I
evaluate
feel you
the
about Star
complex
Citizen
spawning
for
objects
sure.
that run
This is
wild
the
for the
longest I
entire
haven't
blade
played
of
Star
the
Citizen.
planet?
I'm still playing every
Enter
week,
the virtual
few
terrain.
hours here and there, getting targets.
Virtual terrain,
But
or
this is the
VT for
longest I
short,
have
is
really
how we
had
now cache and
little
represent
interest in
our
Star
terrain at
Citizen in a
varying
long
scales.
time. And it's getting back
The
up there.
enabler
I've been
for
playing all
all
the time, but
lovely advances in terrain complexity and asset spawning we've shown so far. And it's
that's
also
why in our
how
group,
we now
we're just
evaluate
getting all
and
burnt out
represent
from all the hunting.
vegetation from a distance.
right out all over the fucking verse, looking for targets. That's it. So it's like, okay, we're expanding, not just piracy. Because I used to drug run in this game and rob, you know. So we'll see.
Whether that's our lovely rolling hills, some more dramatic rockscapes.
And there is anybody coming in. This is just reaction.
Or even
watch along. If you really want to hear, like, because the volume's going to be all over the place, and the main idea is for us to talk about what we've seen and what we think of what's coming. So
all the technologies we've developed,
yeah.
these swamps now spring into existence.
But all this was put
from the
together about
planetary
30 minutes
data.
before I started here. So
This biome combines all of the elements from the other biomes we've shown you today, from water interaction.
oh yeah,
dense
lots of
spawning,
money, man.
Unique ground coverage. And I think
It is
creates
getting
something
crazier and crazier, Michael. I mean, like, it is. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. But we also have Nomad Dennis is streaming on his channel, brand new. Go check it out. Not brand new. He's yeah.
Anyway,
go check it out.
That's our update on the Planet Tech portion of Genesis.
Nomad Dennis, all one word, one name on Twitch, right? Or is it Twitch and YouTube?
We are to explore this and everything we haven't
Only
shared
Twitch
yet
for
next
now.
year.
Okay, cool.
As you can see, Genesis is now inspiring everyone here to create planets of the quality and believability we've always strived for. And meeting of technology and art.
And so, chat, what's been your experience? I'm seeing Michael's for sure. What's your guys' experience with SC so far? The events, everything.
Literally.
I want to hear all the opinions about it. I only got one opinion, one view, but I've heard a lot of the other ones, so.
Meaning a Stanton mission has to take place in the Stanton system, and a
Let's
Pyro mission
see
has
how
to take place
good
there.
do you think that this
We've
has
never been able to
been? The
link
events,
this together,
the
but with
PvE focus, the
introduction of our third star system,
you know.
it's time for this to change. And that
We're
begins
going to
with the
jump into
introduction
it, but
of
at some point.
interstellar cargo.
Not yet. Has not happened.
System-to-system hauling missions. Hauling is back.
No one said Holly was gone.
Yeah,
Did you
Pack.
play the game?
These are exactly what they say on the tin. Missions where you're going to start in, say, Stanton and end in Nix, taking various volumes of cargo between the stations. So there'll be high volumes of cargo that kind of fulfill the purpose for the Hull Sea and the
Started
other
really
series
paying
of hull
attention
ships.
just in time.
And there'll be a few sort of more direct routes.
So you might pick up some cargo from Ruin
piracy.
Station in Pyro and go to the jump point.
Hold on, I want to hear this.
Drop it off there at one of the Helios.
So if you've never sort of experienced the jump point or going through it, these missions will require you to.
Missions. Are these contracted cargo? Is that what I?
Yes.
Oh god.
Yeah, so it's
I'll
fucked.
be doing them in my Drake cutter.
Okay.
Between Stanton and
Big
Nix.
problem with contract cargo, chat. And I know, obviously, we're gonna be bitching about that.
I've got
but
a few ships, but the Drake cutter is really cute, so.
it doesn't have any meaning in the game. The other cargo does.
thing
It,
that we're
it
looking to
actually
add
affects
to
little
these
things, but
interstellar
still
missions
affects things.
is
This stuff
scripted
doesn't do
combat
anything
encounters
but
where
for their
you can be
mission.
attacked by NPC
So much so
ships.
that when they
Maybe
fail the
mission giver
mission,
has tipped
because of
off
course
some
it's broken,
pirates
they
who
just
are
throw
looking
their
to get
cargo
a hold
all
of that
over the
cargo,
place, and it just sits there
as
forever.
well as express missions.
Single player
which means
content in a
Let's
multiplayer
hope it
game.
changed
that you're
then
used to in the
to
regular
something
hauling
better.
missions
Exactly.
might be really tight and
We
you've gotta learn to be
can
very fast.
pirate.
All of the
Well,
love and
cargo
care
should
that
be
you've
cargo
gone
anyways,
into
That's what I'm
regardless
saying.
if it's contracted or
I
not.
agree,
the logistical network and making sure they make sense within the
Yeah.
themes of the systems, just as much love has gone into the interstellar
We
missions.
should be able to get something from that, maybe less, but a contract of our own,
At the start of the show,
or at least a
we said we was
salvager
going to
that can
build
clean
out
it
the
up,
Nix
the
system
mess.
right in
Who
front of
knows? You know.
After 4.4 launches
Or at
next
least
month.
add a
And while
fucking
we wanna
penalty
keep
if
as
they
much
fail
of
a
what we're doing behind
contracted
closed
mission that
doors, so you can
makes them,
discover it for yourself.
not want to just
in-game
chunk it
and on your
everywhere.
own.
Yeah.
We still are excited to share with you a
They
brief
did
look
talk
at
about
one
that,
of our up-and-coming
that,
locations.
that they
we're
were going to
calling
have that.
Rock
Like, if they lose the cargo or get pirated, it
Yeah, I
actually
remember hearing about
gets,
that.
they get a penalty for it. A bad
Okay, so
reputation
Rock
or
Cracker,
fine or whatever.
Yeah. At least give us a way to hurt the contracted cargo haulers.
Right.
Are discouraged to do it.
It's a big rock.
And if they make it, if they succeed, they get paid.
Oh,
well.
this is new.
So
But-
way out into the Kiga belt, you'll find
Well,
these old QV
it's
bridge
very.
stations.
This game is one thing. It's not just gonna die. I truly believe that, because even if it does really like go downhill, and I don't think it is 100%.
Industrial
I think, like I said, I'm still playing. I
This-
still like it. I still play it all the
Paying
time.
attention
I
to
make
this?
it.
been left abandoned.
This
Yeah.
might be a new POI to.
True, Michael.
Way
True.
Inside and thinking about how do we bring this facility back to life. It's not just
But
about
if I
flipping
didn't
the
have a
switch.
little bit of hope in it,
As you bring these
again, it
stations
helps
back
that
to
I didn't
life,
pay as much
you
as
lighting
some, I
the
guess.
beacon
But
and calling attention
no,
to
I don't
those
know.
long
I
forgotten
still
places.
like the game. Still, even
Right.
without piracy really being a thing, and that's all I know.
One of the
It's-
main
Yeah, this is
features
piracy
Still playing
right
it.
here.
which will
Yeah,
require
yeah.
certain things to get working. It's up to you and your friends to find how to
We'll
get
probably have to spend time here waiting on people
There'll be a
to
variety of options.
searching for people that are cracking
Whether
rocks.
you're discovering the bowels of
Well,
the station and mining way
yeah,
through
we've
long
been
forgotten
looking for
tunnels,
opportunities to, include them into our
main
gameplay for a
laser
long
engines.
time. Sometimes you get
I mean,
a chance,
Now, if
especially in
you're
Pyro.
need something.
through the
We need
facility,
something different than
find
raiding the
old
prison.
engine room.
Yeah, yeah. But we should do
Now,
that again.
there
That
may
was
be
fun.
ways to bring the
Yeah.
I had
facility
fun.
back to life, kickstart the engines.
I just sat
and
in
bring
a
power to
gun
different
with
parts of the
Sparrow.
facility. Maybe eventually bringing the
Apollo.
laser
Such a
back
better name.
online and cracking some rocks.
The secondary gameplay loop
Yeah,
is
yeah, for sure.
FPS combat.
You got to
You're not
I
there
gotta
100%.
admit, they're
There may
dialing
be
down the
spotters and
or dialing
outlaws in
the
these stations trying
PvP
to stop you
on the
from
ground
what you want to do.
to a point where it's actually really good.
Yeah, it can be for sure.
Finally.
Yeah, I agree. Finally,
The desync hasn't been a true. I mean, sometimes it still is, but a real issue in a long time actually.
It is much better.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, dude. I remember going to just anywhere PvP, but Ghost
So
Hollow
you've found these
specifically
old facilities.
at
We've
some
brought
point,
them
and
back
just
to
having
life.
like teleport wars
You've
with people.
systematically brought
Like,
them
bam,
back.
Or
bam,
they're
bam,
just
bam, bam,
T-posed
bam.
in the middle of space and
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
get a hit reg.
Yep.
You've fired the laser. You've broken apart the rock. And then you'll be able to fly your ship inside and see what's there.
So you fly a ship.
there you go.
into
There's your
an
cave mining background.
Yeah.
You just
Not what I quite wanted, but
and fly in
Yeah.
and start searching around and trying to find the pieces that you want to mine.
But it's close to what you were describing.
Yeah. Hey,
I wanted to
some,
put a tank. You can't use a tank in 0G. You need to put thrusters on the tank.
I'm
Damn
really
it.
excited about Rockracker because it's a
I'm a
sandbox
professional at
activity.
jumping into deep black
You can
holes,
kinda
so
go to these
I'm down.
whenever you want to.
This content is for players who enjoy
Basically
mining,
giant
who
geode.
enjoy exploration, investigation, and don't mind a little bit of FPS content while they're there.
I think my biggest problem here is that I don't have overlays of your guys' heads talking.
It will be
Just makes it
very
easier.
new experience compared to any other asteroids.
Do you need
because
for me to
this
send you one? On
No,
Discord?
I mean,
Alan and
it'd
mine
be
will crack open and show its.
it's just easy if I could,
One presumes
figure
you
it out,
make a decent
20
from
minutes
scratch.
before stream, like I did with
Asteroids
everything
big enough
else.
you fly your spaceship into.
Yeah, yeah.
It wouldn't be worth doing if you couldn't make a good amount of coin. Yeah.
Making promises for the econ team.
Yeah. They've got to balance it.
The thing is about this game, and it's true.
It's for
one
people
of the
who
reasons I
want a
have
lot of minerals.
still
When
so much
crafting
fun
comes
on it
in, when all the other mechanics
is
and
yes, you
features
can
that we
spend a
want in the
lot of
game
money,
4.0 come in,
and that's up to you.
It will be a
You-
place
it's
where,
cool.
like, an
But everybody who
organization or a
does
group of,
supports
like,
it.
5-6 people could come
But you can also
and just
buy
get
a little ship,
monumental amount of
and
minerals.
whatever you beg, borrow, or steal, or just whatever, earn
So
your way up.
that's
You
some
can
of-
have all the
that's some
ships,
of what's
most of them.
coming
So
over the
you know,
next 12 months. In addition to what we've shown, there'll be new mission packs tailored to the People's Alliance and their struggles.
still
There'll be
spend only
events
about
that
80
invest
bucks.
you into the evolving storyline.
Yeah, I
of
sent you a
all three
DM.
systems
Okay.
we'll have in
Blackjack.
game. And of course, when we begin populating these with new planets, there'll be a whole host of ground-based POIs, settlements, and structures inhabited by those trying to make their way in the verse.
Cool.
And all of this in service of building star
What is-
systems
what-
that complement the massive corporate yard of Stanton, the lawless gang king of Pyro, and now
Oh, I
the
see
new
what-
frontier
I
of
see.
discovery for the Nyx system. Should I say ganking?
Yeah, I'm not gonna get it figured out on stream like this. It would destroy.
But you have it. You have
Yeah,
it now.
yeah, right on.
Yeah.
Good job, everyone. So yeah, a whole lot to take in there.
Absolutely, Michael.
Interstellar hauling is the beginning of a massive expansion to the mission system that'll let us connect these 3-star systems like never before. What else we got? Rockcracker.
There you
Rockcracker
go.
is just one of the next operations that'll be coming to the Nyx system in the first half of next year.
Look at me, I'm
We're
such
gonna
a people
fly into
person.
an asteroid and do that thing the miners love more than
That is kind of what it is, isn't
Complain about
it?
No, I'm being told it's
That's
funny.
fucking funny.
And of course, one of the most
We're having a
anticipated
good
features
time,
coming to
guys.
Star
Hey,
Citizen
buddy.
Genesis, and what that means for the planets of
You
Star
rascal.
Citizen,
Look
including
at
what's
those
already
guys.
in there. So let's talk to Will Hain and find out more. And I'm just
People are just
remembering that
naturally
Will
over
Hain
there.
is a
Yeah,
fan
beer,
of the watch
yeah.
party. Okay.
All right, we're about to start. Laugh, look like you have a good time.
So they're probably gonna use Genesis to update the planets
That's
and move the
funny.
Stanton
I'm
back
just
to the
saying, these cops I've never seen in a bar. I'm just saying.
The Citizen Good.
I found the two women in the bar.
That's a hard thing to say.
Yeah,
It went up for
well,
sale a
you
couple
know.
weeks ago and has a whole bunch of
Occasionally you'll see them
experience
in there,
and
but
that's
they're
why
not with
it's
them.
now that almost all of them
I mean,
are tied to the Nyx system in one way or another. So let's find out.
That's your
Never
package,
mind.
Packrat.
There's
Never mind.
Packrat, look
Let me be
on
the
the
dick.
screen.
2 armor sets from that mysterious faction causing a ruckus. With
That's the
Vandal,
armor and the weapons.
an
Did you
intercept
see it?
EU sweater and
Okay.
outfit. A couple of crazy weapons that I'm certain we're going to learn about in just a few minutes. Some
For
slick
only
Grenade launcher, I'm not sure what the gun
to
is.
celebrate the long-awaited addition of the Vandal to Star
Eh.
Citizen. A cool Vandal knife.
Oh,
and
you get a
adorable
plushie.
plushie.
Look at
I
that.
swear to love and squeeze and cherish forever. So yeah, it's a pretty solid haul for this year's digital goodies pack, which
I think
you
I'm
can still
good.
pick up right now.
It's
on
not
the
worth
RSI
35.
store. So now let's go
Yeah.
ahead and transition into our next segment.
Beer, yeah.
Much of what you see in the show today has been the culmination of a lot of people's work in. What's up? All right, I had a dream about like this one.
Look.
Yeah.
Does he
Okay,
does he
so
play the
against
game?
everyone's better
No,
judgment,
I thought he
the thing
didn't
has
play the
finally
game.
happened. Can I help you?
Yeah, I
He's-
didn't think he
He
played.
streams, but
How do you think the show's going?
I mean, the weapons look
Good.
cool, but
We're getting the next
I'll
system,
just find them in
the
game.
Vandal are coming.
Kind of been a lot of nicks, right?
Well, yeah, but it's a major milestone and it deserves a major showcase celebrating
Yeah, but-
everybody's hard work. And
You got more,
Face
right?
scanning.
wow.
It's like lighter,
This is
medium
like
armor.
Cool.
this is like Jurassic Park
wow, it's like they
flashbacks,
only
dude.
scan the original community.
What is
portion.
this?
If pictures steal your soul, imagine what face scanning and PCAP does.
Well, this has been super cringe,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna head out.
Bye.
Oh, regular Citizen Con is still better. You should have done that.
Of course. Thank you. Part of me that isn't a soulless marketing puppet. All right. No. Let's just go to some spaceships, shall we?
Hi, my name's John Crew. I'm the vehicle director here at CIG,
Finally.
and welcome to Talking Ship, where we're
Dude,
going
this
to talk
guy's been
about
around
3 new ships coming
for a
to the
while.
persistent universe.
That's for sure. Yeah. Okay, come on, chips. Yeah.
How about
Play.
shit you already have?
The last year has been pretty hectic in terms of vehicle deliveries. I think we've delivered the most we've ever done in a 12-month period.
I
And
missed.
we've
Oh
covered all the way
yeah,
from
yeah,
tiny
yeah.
little snubs
Right.
all the way up
True.
to capital ships.
I was looking at that too. And
Filled
went,
out a few little gaps. We've introduced some new ships by some old manufacturers.
You had the Polaris come out, and obviously people have enjoyed playing with that. We snuck the Idris in without none of you expecting it for a while.
Yeah, they did.
It's been a busy year. It's nice to start
Sneaky
revisit some of
bastards.
the older catalogue and some of the bigger ships again.
I think my favourite ship from the last year is a tie between the Wolf and the Golem.
Favourite ship from last
Idris,
year?
man. I
Probably
never knew
Wolf.
how much I was
Oh, I
gonna
feel like
really
it's the
love that
obvious
ship.
one. I'm trying to think
How
of
much
something
use
else,
I
but
had
I
for
really
it.
like the Wolf.
Everyone's mentioned the Wolf.
Great
The Wolf's
fucking ship.
everyone's favorite.
It's a great organization
The Wolf,
ship.
obviously,
Yeah,
a
especially a
return
small org, you can
recruiter,
put your whole org on it
completely
and
new
be
aesthetic
very
to the
effective.
game.
The Wolf was, yeah,
And
it was
once
kind
they
of gonna be
figure
set
out the
to be,
whole
and it
bed
was like an
logging
old
for
manufacturer, we've not
the
seen it
crew,
for a while, so yeah, I would
it'll
say
be awesome.
The Golem,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think, is just an incredibly
Absolutely,
well-formed
man.
ship in such
Want
a
that
small
crew.
package.
You guys even
It really
fly that
just
Wolf?
shows off that Drake
No.
aesthetic.
Yeah, I
giving you
tried
the
it.
absolute bare minimum needed.
Oh, is that the Wolf?
I honestly do really
Yeah,
like.
they were talking about it.
Oh, the Starfighter, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's kind of hard to pin down a favorite.
The, basically looks like a Jedi Starfighter from Star Wars.
Next year, we've got
Yeah.
some super
Yeah.
coming up. We're
Are they ever going to come out with
few
the
big
military
ones,
version of that?
which is good. We're gonna.
They haven't come out. They haven't come out with the
Oh.
military version of the Zeus yet, have they? The QED
Yeah,
at least?
I'll talk about, yeah.
Okay,
lineup.
yeah.
There's a few
Gotcha.
big challenging ones starting. So they're
Basically
they're
Zeus
good.
Blue.
A breadth
Yeah.
of ships, should we say?
The 3 new ships we're going to introduce today all tie
Still
in
don't
some way
understand
to
how
the
that's
primary
gonna work,
factions
but
fighting over the
I
Nixes.
think it'll work it for
We'll
sure.
start with the People's Alliance and
It's
Anglo
too. It would be
Aerospace.
too face tanky, is what I'm saying. Two in front of your the ship to just be take. You know, it's gonna have to be
Yeah,
strong.
unless they massively increase the maneuverability of it.
Long time
It's,
fighting for lots
yeah.
of military contracts in law, often up against Aegis, and to the point it actually beat Aegis in the past. You will be familiar with a lot of their ships' designs, such as the Hornet and Lightning. Earlier this year, we introduced the Anvil Asgard based
I
on
think
the
they're
Valkyrie
gonna
chassis, which is an
introduce the
extremely popular
Paladin
offering.
now.
And this
Gonna
year,
say
they're
it's
bringing
gonna
the
be for
concept ship we
sale.
introduced last year,
Yeah.
the Anvil Paladin, to life.
You think that over the Ironclad or something, or?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, maybe
I
both.
hope you're wrong.
No, there's the Paladin.
But usually you've been right, so fuck. Here we go.
Nix and Paladin, that's what I said, and there we go.
Uh-huh.
They
Yep.
are quite a tricky archetype to control in game without being too powerful. It's designed with a lot of firepower and high armor and health, but very low
Oh, but
capability.
what about the Ironclad?
Crew, it's
They're a
just built
gunship. They're supposed to
purely
be
for
powerful.
battle. It's got lots of armor, lots of guns, big guns.
It's got a very similar squat kind of form to the Valkyrie. It kind of reminds me of, I guess, like a pit bull. Obviously, a very menacing silhouette.
Oh, it looks like
looks
an
quite
Aliens 2
forward-weighted in its
fucking
stance.
drop ship.
It feels like it's
Yeah,
constantly
like the
moving
other
when
one.
it's just sat still, and I think that's something that helps with it feeling intimidating.
Which I like it.
Valkyrie,
I
but with
do.
guns.
If we swing round, following the ship round clockwise,
Still think
what
this
we
could
now
be a
see
good
is
smuggler ship.
first of the side
Got the right
turrets.
components and everything. It is the Paladin, right? I'm thinking of
Notice the canopy,
the one
you'll
that's
see
out,
there's
or
fairly
is
thick
this? I
space
don't know.
between
Shit.
where the glass is and the whole exterior. That's because it has deployable armor, which can come out and give you a little bit more cover while you're actually attacking the target head on.
It's got these really nice kind of dual connected wings with the turrets out on the sides.
There's
Just
so
trying to
many
get as
new
much
ships coming out.
range for those turrets as we can get.
It's crazy.
Which is controlled by one of the
And
two remote stations.
new ships. That is one issue.
If we come round to the rear,
I'm
you'll
sure a
see
lot of
rail.
people have
Now that
seen
rail
there's.
mounts the main
They'll be
turret
having
of the
these
ship,
old
which is
ships that they
controlled
already
by
sold a
power.
bunch,
So you've got
and then in the
full
meantime,
360
they
coverage
put out
underneath,
all
full
these
360
new
coverage
ships that are
on
now.
top with
Yeah.
it.
They weren't
And then
even
the side turrets
advertised,
also
you
have
know.
360 coverage
That's
Yeah.
kind of
the other way around,
screw
and
you in the butt,
180
you know, like.
sideways. So really, you have between the turrets. pretty
Bend
much
over,
360
you
coverage in
ready?
all directions. One of the unique things about the Paladin is all the turrets are remote and all the crew are located in
Yeah,
this
by the time it
one
takes you to
central
deploy a turret to the other
two-story
side, the
room.
ship
A lot of
moves
our other gunships,
the ass
crew
to the
gets
other.
scattered across the
Yeah.
field, but with the Paladin, you're all sat together with a nice, cool experience, so you can really feel like you're playing as a group.
You've got the
A
pilot
few
co-pilot on
things
top,
I'm
and you've got the
really
guns
gonna
underneath,
catch
and
my
I think
attention.
that
It's gonna be
helps with the intention of what the ship does, because you've got this really nice
Anything
kind of,
mentioned
like,
about
kind of
economy, like
point
they did for a little
down,
bit
kind of giving
there,
this,
and
lower
then
coverage.
We added
the
a glass
Ironclad,
floor just to keep the two connected.
or that other one
I think
that,
that really helps with
the
feeling
Nautilus?
that you're all
Liberator.
working together and communicating.
Is that
Nautilus ain't
the
been
other
out for a
one
while.
you've been talking about, Nomad, for a while?
Perseus, yeah.
Perseus.
Engage in combat
Perseus, yeah.
solo.
Obviously not as good as if you have a full crew, but you can't
Honestly, I
complain
thought
when
the
your friends are
Perseus was
with
going to be released.
As a solo ship,
I've been
it's pretty
suspecting it
comfortable
for
doing a
IAE,
variety of missions
since
within
it's
the
a
system. So if you wanna run the
military
ship solo, you can take on combat
event.
missions.
Yeah,
Makes
true.
sense.
Good point.
Say other heavy fighters like the Scorpions.
But they could
and
change it
other ships such
to
as
the
the
Paladin
Valkyries.
coming out in IAE instead, right? That's a military ship as well.
Yeah, yeah, and I can
Coming
see,
aboard the
I can
Paladin,
see
you
that
enter
happening.
into this sort of armory,
Yeah.
ready room area. You have a variety of suit lockers and weapon racks in this room.
Everything's very militaristic, stripped back,
Which
simple,
this kind of
but
stuff
very
is
focused
exactly why.
space,
Just
but you'll
you
find
know,
everything you need in
I
there.
love this game, but you gotta be
Improvements from
you
the
know,
original
open to
concept
criticize
is
the
added
things
a
that are
small
fair to
dedicated
criticize
cargo
and
bay
stuff like
area
that,
allowing you to
and not
store
also
XFCE
just be realistic
crates.
about
Four
how
of
you
that
feel about the
is the
game,
route to
which
the
I would say a lot of
lower
people
levels,
are.
and
But the
then
fact is, they keep
upstairs
playing and keep buying more
have
ships.
the bridge
So,
area, and then off that central area you have the dual.
and then
living
going,
quarters,
oh,
one
I hate
on
this
the
game.
road. And on the rear you have
Like,
the main
okay.
sort of engineering area where the majority of the components are. Also within the upper traversal area, you also have a little.
Someone's
breakout
got to
area
make up,
with
you know, for me
seating,
not spending as
food
much as they
machines,
should.
toilets, etc.
Right.
I think it's a very cool looking ship. I think we did a really nice job of taking what was there in the concept and adding an extra level of detail and trying to kind of push things forward.
I think it hits the nail in terms of.
I'm ready for them to hire or release the AI NPCs that can command your ship, your turrets and
Yeah.
stuff.
Like the Valkyrie, where you
Yeah.
have a big drop ship.
That is
the
something I realized
there
that
just
that's
to
probably going to be the
make sure it's safe,
time we
make sure no
finally
one
see a
messes
lot
with
of
you,
these haulers we hit
basically
flying
scale
with a
it
crew.
away.
The thing I like most
It's
of
going to be
about
when the
Valkyrie
AI's here.
that it's very clearly got a crew of 4, and they all kind of work and operate under the same conditions. You know, the pilot, co-pilot, and the 2 gunners, they're basically all equal on the ship. There's 1 toilet, everyone's got the same style of bunk. When they're at work, everyone's at the front of the ship together.
It's really odd to me that you call that. You like that there's.
Let me
one
know if
toilet
the
for
volume is
people.
little too much or little too
Well, you know,
little.
you all work together.
Said the whole
you're
idea
all-
of
you're
this
all
is
equal at
that's why
work,
we're still
you're
talking
around-
over it
Toilet seat
is
never gets
just
cold.
Toilet seat
over
never gets
everything.
cold, yeah.
He said we're kind of looking. I am
That's the
anyway,
Emerald
looking for
Paladin.
specific
Whilst
Pushing
things.
this thing again.
built craft, it's the perfect ship for folks on the frontier trying to defend against
What's that?
threats. And talking of threats, let's move to our next ship.
Is this
a
a
replica from
a
Mysterio.
knockoff or
Knockoff of what? Sorry.
of the original? Like, you know how they changed the purpose of the drop ship?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Effectively, what they're doing is they're
I mean, it's cargo.
remanufacturing them, making them a little bit more suitable for kind of human flight.
Now the Paladin's
And the
already in
latest offering
game,
from
correct?
Mysterio is the Vandal Stinger.
I should know this, but nope.
No.
Nope.
No, no.
Okay.
So
Vandal are big, scary.
They're releasing it now, it seems like.
Yeah,
Evil
okay.
war race that sort
gotcha.
of take over, steal technology, absorb it, fuse it all together into their
the
own.
the weapons that came out. It's the kill shot rifle and the payback blade.
They also make really cool spaceships.
The VK1 blade. No, that's
The Stinger is a Vandal
pulverizer LMG. That's what it was.
Has anybody like any of those electric guns, by the way, that'll come out over time?
within their clans.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
So another ship, Stinger, Vandal ship.
Yeah, it's a heavy fighter.
Stinger, huh?
Or, I guess the
Yeah.
Scorpius.
It packs a
That
lot of
looks
firepower.
cool.
Yeah.
Quite a
Wow.
large frame, so it's a
cockpit.
very, very
The
tanky
Vandal ship being
spacecraft.
focused on makes a
Firepower
sense for this,
almost
at least.
unrivaled in terms of
And the
its
cockpit's
both
not all
number
red.
And the size of them.
Yeah.
They're for players
Uh-huh.
who
That's
don't want
nice.
agility. They don't want to be in and out quickly. They want to be there brawling with big
Hello.
guns and taking all the hits. One thing Isperia
Ship
have
combat
done
in
with the
SC can
Stinger
still be really
is they
fun.
have
I'll
done
give them
away
that
with the majority
too.
of the
Yeah,
bespoke
yeah.
weapons.
They heard everyone's complaints about the glaive and blade and have stripped off the original Vandal weapons to allow
Oh, fucking
customization
hammerhead.
for standard
Oh
human
boy.
weapons.
With the exception of the
NPC
single-size
hammerheads are a
gun,
Because it was too well
deadly
integrated
ass
into
force
the
now.
even for Speria to remove.
all the additional weapons are generic mounts, so they can be swapped with any of the existing lineup that we have in the game. By doing this, it provides greater flexibility to the end user, and this is something Xperia wanted for the civilian market. For that one bespoke weapon, the size 5 plasma cannon, functionally it is the same as the existing
Nice.
size 5 plasma cannons on the Scythe and Glaive, but it is a sort of Gen 2 model and wraps it in a different aesthetic compared to those models. You'll see they're very much older Vandal styling. This is much newer Vandal styling, but underneath it is the same weapon that people have used for years.
Our job as the vehicle art team on the PU was to take the Stinger from the squadron team and prepare it for life in the PU. We took an opportunity to take, you know, this really well-established art style and, you know, add extra details where needed.
So the exterior is a real blend of these kind of hard surface, kind of rare alloyed kind of wings, and then underneath this real kind of organic structure that kind of webs all of the ship together. You know, it connects the thrusters in, it connects all the kind of underside of the vehicle and pulls the whole ship together.
You can tell it's very different from the Vandal ships that are currently in the PU. If you take, for example, the way the cockpits are constructed.
Up at the front, we've got this big kind of bubble dome that gives the cockpit quite a unique shape compared to some of our other ships, and also gives the pilot a unique position within the ship and kind of gives great visibility out the front.
Boarding the Stinger
They do a
is
really good job on the
little
alien
unusual
ships.
compared to other ships, obviously being alien in nature.
Yeah.
Going through a ramp at the rear,
I've never
you
been a
go
big
straight up
fan
to
of
the belly
alien
the
ships,
ship.
actually,
There's,
but
you know,
it's
lots
because
of
the
organic
fact, and
detail,
I mean, in
which is
every game,
kind of
every movie,
strange
every,
alien forms.
it's
Entry
always,
of the cockpit, the seat kind
and
of
it makes
towards
sense.
you,
The
you
designs they
climb over
do
the back of it a bit like a motorbike.
make
You're basically
are so different
riding
and
into the
weird
cockpit. It feels very
because
much
they're
like
trying to
you're
be
being,
as
like, carried
think
inside
outside of
the-
what
into
we
the-
would
the
know
traditional
so
prone
much to the
flying
point
Right.
that
that Vandal
it
pilots
doesn't
use.
even fit what a ship should be sometimes. Like,
very
and then other
interesting.
times
The
they
team's done a really
make
good
more
job of
sense. You know?
Making something that feels different.
Yeah,
It
makes
feels
sense.
alien, but it suits our lineup of ships and it suits our universe.
But the constant curve build of some of these things,
you know, the direction,
through movies and all.
Feels
of
like
it.
they're trying to make them more organic looking.
Yeah, and different. They're trying to also be as alien, quote unquote, as possible, which makes sense.
But I
But
think it sits well within the
why?
Star Citizen
Yeah,
universe.
So we have the Paladin
It's not really-
for the People's Alliance.
it is what it
We
is at
have
the end.
The Stinger for people that really
Some of these
like
ships are
Vanduul
pretty
and
cool looking,
want to try and pretend to be them. But what about the other mysterious faction we have running around?
So Gray Chowdhury got his start as he was working at a cargo center out in Odin. He started being able to get his hands on some stuff that other people couldn't, items that necessarily you couldn't find on a store shelf, but you wanted anyway.
I think
Yeah, they got
Gray
places like
is
that all through
interested
Pyro.
in,
Should,
you know,
maybe,
happy
right?
customers. You know, Gray just sees themselves as a conduit
million of those
to
people.
get these things in the hands of people who are would appreciate them.
And I think that his latest offering is really going to turn some heads.
So the Shiv.
It looks like
well,
they've added a couple new
don't really know
LNGs as far
what
as
it
what
is.
system goes.
To be fair,
It's what happens when someone who is a genius at aeronautics and ship assembly is given free
Oh
rein
my
to do
God, that's
whatever
funny.
they want.
Yeah, yeah, right.
It's the best of whatever they can find lying around, put together.
It
to
looks a
make
little
something
calming, don't it?
truly unique, wonderful,
Looks like a more elegant blue.
arguably beautiful, and just released out into the universe
Uh-huh.
to see what happens.
No big ship announced yet.
At
Well,
first glance at the exterior of the Shiv, I think
Hey, whoa,
most
whoa,
people
whoa. Wait, what's
will
this?
probably recognise
Yeah.
there is more than a fair
That's a
proportion
Drake.
of the cutlass visible
Yeah,
there.
but
Ooh.
what's
Had
It's like
quite
That's
a
cool
great
looking.
heavy
to it.
fighter.
As you look a little bit closer,
front,
you start
dude,
to
I
pick
like
out
that.
elements from other ships. You've got, you know,
So it's like
main
an elegant
thrusters
blue.
from the Valkyrie.
well, no
Even
more
the
of
bits
the
that are
Drake
obviously
version
cutlass
blue.
have
I'd
had
say the blue
panels
is
welded on,
because of
No,
its
no, no.
curvatures.
panels removed. The top
The cutlass,
turret,
it's
which
like
is now
a-
remote, it's just
like a
this
heavy fighter
hodgepodge
cutlass.
amalgamation
Yeah,
It's like
of multiple
Cutlass
turrets.
slash
And then the
Asgard.
changes continue onto the
Interesting.
inside, where again,
But-
it sort of feels cutlass-like. but
Yeah, I
then
guess
you'll
Drake has
find
the Buccaneer.
there's bits
That's a
of
fighter.
Crusader ships just
Gunship.
integrated into
I say
the
usually
instead
Drake
of
is
what was
just
there
literally
originally.
they're known for
It
the
has
piracy
lost
part for a lot of different
its
reasons.
side
Interior
entrance,
is
some of
similar
its
to the
cargo
Cutlass.
capacity, but what it's gained is it's gained visually more powerful thrusters. It's gained a really
And
kind of
I am a
nice set of belly
freaking Drake
thrusters.
fanboy, even
It's
if I
upped its
didn't plan on it.
firepower.
That's for
As
sure.
ever with the refined work from Gray's Market, you can see that great care was taken.
I mean, they confirmed it's the Cutlass, but slightly different.
Right.
There's like loose
I wonder if it has the
cables,
same
panels
cargo
are
space.
exposed. If you look carefully, you'll notice there are like tools.
So it
laying
still
around
has
the
cargo.
cockpit.
That's great.
Kind of
That's
toilet.
awesome. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Oh.
is that-
It does.
Bucket.
That's one of the designs
One
they
for doing
keep
stuff, and then you
too
need
with
a separate
Drake.
washer.
It always got at
It's
least
not an
cargo bay.
It has very much taken that.
That's a
what you built
Cutlass
right
without the wings.
and moved it down a level, which I think is quite an achievement.
Just
Which
look at
if you
this
lose
thing. How
those
do you even begin
front
to
canards,
describe
I think they're
madness
called,
that created this?
it still fucks up your cutty pretty bad. Not as
Right.
bad as it used to, but it's a weakness for sure.
This is something new and different for Star
So that looks good.
Where did it come from?
I'm not going to answer that.
Just
It's the Timu Cutlass.
No comment.
Emu
Drake
Cutlass,
goes
yeah.
to places and talks to people. I mean, you know, there are just many ways.
Which is
to
just
find these
Drake
things that,
in general already.
It's a more
Timu.
Drake-like Cutlass.
The most cheapest Drake you could think of. Oh boy.
Not, but you know, money's money.
Drake without missiles and more guns.
I'm a
basically.
cheap bastard,
Yeah.
but that sounds like just I don't know,
Probably
a
comes down
cardboard
to-
box falling through the
Don't ask where I
sky.
got it.
Huh?
Got it.
Don't worry about it. Just ask if you want it.
I think the Shiv is for someone that is looking for something a bit different, a bit away from the norm.
I gotta admit, that looks pretty cool.
Unique.
It's definitely for
looks-
people
What was
who
it
like
called
the
again?
rustic aesthetic.
It's a fun ship, but it's
I don't
also
know, I
really
can't hear
strong,
much
to be
on the
honest,
streams.
and it's
I won't
absolutely
lie.
a statement.
Just you guys.
I'm happy with the 3 ship offerings. They are obviously very combat heavy.
There's something we wouldn't normally release all at once, but honestly, all of them are a different statement, and they're all cool.
As always, super
So,
excited to release
that's
these
the
ships
3
into the
ship
game, just see
offerings,
how
but they're
players
not talking
react
about the
and
large
play with
ships.
them. It's always fun to see
But,
the quirks
also,
and
wait
the
a minute.
shenanigans that
Isn't
people
the
get up
cutty
to with them.
black?
So that's talking ship. for
Supposed to
another
be
year?
that ship?
Yeah.
The one with
Yeah.
cargo bay and fighting capability? That is exactly what the Cuddy Black is. Like,
It's supposed to be.
So I've just
Still
been
cool.
informed that we have to do a bit of a timeshare agreement this year. So we have to throw it over to Alexi for Talking Weapons, which is an extremely original name.
weapons? Wait, we're out of the ship part?
Yeah. I don't know.
So, come on.
I don't know.
They might still shock us. Surprise us.
I'm talking about the new edition that come out in October.
Well, we're
the
an hour and 30
weapons
minutes in.
are
Shit.
essentially the weapons that does not have
Started
a
early, but
manufacturer,
shit, we're
the
almost done.
weapons that you can think of that were made by space pirates.
Gray sells.
Huh? What?
Gray sells whatever he can sell.
I didn't do nothing.
He gets his hands on some weapons that come from unknown origins.
He will sell things that no company in their right mind would ever make.
These are the most kind of like scrappy and taped together and the most kind of like pyro-ish weapons that you can think of.
Right now we're releasing
I
three
like it.
new weapons. Rocket launcher, the LMG, and the long-awaited
That's a sweet FS9.
Space AK.
See, those guns I saw a long time ago advertised. I've been looking for
I
those.
think this is the one that not only
That's,
is
I
the most
remember
in
seeing
demand,
those
but I've been,
before Pyro came
politely
out.
badgered about the most.
Space
It's a fun
AK.
rifle that basically fires
Yeah, dude.
and
Like,
ballistic.
A laser AK.
just the idea of it
First
sounds
shot
badass. I
will
won't
be
lie.
Your ballistic, your second shot will be the
Because
energy.
the AK is
You'll see
still
on
one of the
top
best.
art, there is a bolt that
Oh.
cycles the rounds, and that goes off with the ballistic shot, but it does not go off with the energy shot. And
No.
that is just
Both
like a really
ballistic
fun way
and
of
laser.
making
Ooh.
weapons work in kind of like a scrappy, glued together kind
Of course, I don't.
aesthetic.
Well, that's interesting anyway.
The LMG, this thing is a really
Why is
fun,
his ammo not going down when he
slow-firing,
fires?
hard-hitting beast.
It will bring the 50 cal.
Work in progress.
This right now
Right.
in the verse are the Bearing sniper rifle.
That
and
that bar's only gotten bigger
Honestly,
for Citizen Con over time.
One, you just instant tier 1 injury back to medical.
Easier to see.
Are you even trying anymore?
You know what? We made all these really
I'm not gonna lie, I do like
complicated,
that.
fancy guns, and some people just want, I want a slow firing rifle. Give me a scrap together box that fires the biggest thing you can possibly find.
Yeah, go good with my duct tape
we don't have
armor. Shit.
a rocket launcher.
Yeah, I fucking love
of
that.
This caliber. It will be
Give me a
3
big slug.
grenades straight together that you pull into the tube
Yep.
and fire towards your enemies. The cool part about it will have an arming distance, so you'll not be able to just point it towards an enemy.
It's also going to have a lot of spread. So essentially, you're going to have to get very close with your launcher.
What
to
you're
get
saying
12
is
ships with a single payload
there's a
in it.
chance
You
it's
can't
completely
actually aim the
useless.
apparatus, because you've got the tube on your shoulder, and you try to aim it. You
Like the grenade launcher.
Tube in your head. So we were like, oh, we can't have an aiming apparatus for this. And then we realized, like, it's in the spirit of being a tube that you can't use the aiming apparatus, and you just kind of like, all right, I think that's the middle of the screen.
Like a
I'm gonna
grenade
hit it.
launcher?
It's in the spirit of being a tube.
Oh yeah.
Are we gonna talk about binoculars? Binoculars are really cool. We don't have anything like this in the verse, and I
Bonafide
think
gun,
it would
yeah.
be
The one
I was
convenient
talking about,
to
yeah.
use something that's dedicated.
Yeah, that's what I was
to
just
look
like, oh yeah,
for
here we
the
go.
things,
I was
especially
curious about
far
this
away,
after you
instead
said
of
something.
using your sniper
A
scope.
rangefinder.
Will the binoculars have glint?
Yeah. Be cool if they had those for being able to see
I'm not aware
chevrons
of
in the
this
air
one.
too, you know what I'm
Probably
saying?
not, because binoculars are not something that you need to be
On foot.
aware of.
It's really funny because obviously, due to Glintgate, as you know, I beautifully internally call it, basically there was a lot of community feedback basically saying like, oh, I really like spotting people. I really like playing a spotter. And essentially
Laser
I was
designation,
like, oh,
right?
this community wants to be able to spot people from distances. And what can we make gadget-wise that doesn't require new features? And it was like, binoculars. And I prototyped the thing, which essentially was just a scope
Really?
in a hand,
Wow.
and it worked. So we've got some really cool binoculars
Still
coming
cool.
that allow you to spot people from distances.
And how much damage do the binoculars do?
Depends on how you throw them.
Ooh, it's got night vision.
Thanks, Alexi and
Ooh.
Zach. That's the end of this segment for this year. So that's talking ship
I
and
mean-
weapons, unless anyone else is going to
Just
come
not on
and
our ship,
tell me
that's all.
something else. It's been
Yeah.
an exciting year, and I think the next year of ships
The
is gonna be
RPG and
even
the
more exciting
LNG
and,
are both
expansive
fucking
than this year.
sexy.
Oh, all those guns look good, actually, I thought. Even Space AK, a fucking, a real rustic freaking FS9 style thing.
Hell, it's more like an FS90. thing.
That is
Yeah.
an eclectic bunch of combat ships
Which-
for the verse, and they're all
It
available
makes me tempted
right
to buy
now
the pack.
up on the robertsspaceindustries.com store. Also, any minute
You gonna
now,
buy the pack,
there's going
hey,
to be
pack?
a PTU drop that includes all three, so you can fly them now ahead of their release next week when Alpha 432 goes live.
I actually,
Three
literally,
combat ships.
I'm forgetting what patch we're
Wonder
on
if we'll
to.
have any additional uses coming up later in the
I mean,
show.
if they gave me the grenade launcher in that pack, I would have got it in a
What else
heartbeat.
can I shill? Oh, there's merch. We've got these cool new Levski desk mat things. These are always popular.
Yeah, absolutely, Michael.
There's some
For sure.
Levski
I mean,
metal
dude,
posters on the
I don't know.
store,
It just sounded like
and
they were
of
explaining a
course,
rocket
love
launch,
'em
a
or
grenade
hate
launcher in a
'em,
video
but you
game to us.
can't avoid 'em. There's this cool new
Basically, you shoot it in that direction and
I don't
calculate
think they're
where
going
it's
to let
going to
anyone
hit.
buy the
Yeah.
There's also a page
that
published earlier
RPG
today
though.
with a bunch of links to offerings from
No.
our third-party partners, from eye trackers to gaming
Ghost Go,
chairs
welcome.
to voice
Oh,
packs
sorry, guys.
to spaceship models from new partners like Planet Ring.
Did you
and
miss
Pigeon
anything
Spaceport
important?
and more.
I don't
You
know.
can find all
I don't
of that
know.
on the
It depends on
RSI
what's
website
important
as
to you.
well.
So far
And
for
what else
me,
can
I can't think of anything
for
too
those of you
big.
who
Let
are
me
at
think.
watch parties,
What we
those who are
have,
at watch
chat?
parties,
Delamar, the next system has been announced
challenge
next
coins.
month,
Who
they
doesn't
say,
love challenge
but
coins?
we know.
There's these lovely Levski
At least,
challenge coins
I
if
would
you're
say,
attending one of the
safely
9
bet.
official watch parties
Into
around
the year
world.
or the beginning
There's also
next
a
year.
digital one of these in
We'll
the
see.
goodies pack. So,
But who knows?
So you check those out. Don't leave today without getting your.
We saw
Levski
Delamar
challenge
again.
coin. All right.
Some
What else
alien
can I shill?
ships. Vandu
I'm kinda
ships.
tired of shilling. All right.
A lot of little
find out
ships
some
that I
more
never
about where
paid
we are.
attention with
Simon,
anyway, so honestly, I don't know. Paladin.
Yeah, look at that. Okay, here we go. Pardon me. Excuse me.
No ironclad yet, which that's what we're waiting
That's my
for.
best
By the way, welcome Ghost. How you
I
doing,
had
man?
to be careful. Last year, I took 3 steps and tore a muscle. All right, so this is the 9th floor of CIG Manchester's Manchester office. That's
This is where a bunch
This
of
is the
people
room
who've
where
never
we
been
have
in a
lunch
bar
every
hang
day,
out in a
and
bar.
If you get here early enough,
This is where all our money went to.
if the weapons team hasn't stolen all of them. Over here, we got some cool.
'Cause you know that wasn't
mannequins,
cheap to build,
representing,
all these
different
armors.
aspects of the game. You got the ever-present, Hurston security armor over here. That's really cool. You got your Duster's armor right here. You got this guy from a game that we're not talking about today. Marine armor, yeah, it's all
Not
pretty
talking
cool.
about
And then when you
today.
come over here, got a nice little recreation area. There's some sim pits over there.
Hey,
for
Squadron
people who need to
42
test that kind
is
of
already
stuff.
out, okay? Come on.
We got this cool Krigeri Bengal carrier. Come over here, shoot it. Go down the nose here. Watch this. It's very cool. I'm gonna go over here. Can you see me?
Wow.
Hi, Mom. All right. So yeah, and what are you doing, Richard Towler?
Oh, hell yeah, Ghost.
I thought John went to Washington D.C.
Yeah, we're here
Let's
doing
see,
good.
what else we got cool Voyager bar here. This is where we get all kinds of
Always good.
breakfast goodies, coffee,
True.
stuff like that.
No matter what, I'm
Hey,
always good.
Who remembers the big coffee controversy of 2016, where everybody took to Reddit and
But
pondered
I'm
the
waiting
question,
so
"Do
much
devs
to hear
deserve coffee?"
economy
I do.
and
You
the
wanna see what next year's
ironclad.
big
That's
project
really
is?
what I
Check
want to
this
hear.
out. I'm gonna come over here. Do devs deserve coffee? Welcome to the Stargarita machine. Yeah. Do devs deserve frozen deliciousness? I don't know. Go to Reddit and let us know. All right, let's see. Let's go over here.
Doesn't look that frozen.
Competition. Oh, competition winners. We have the list of competition winners. Can we put that on the screen? Yeah, sorry, competition winners. Remember
Hanging
the
out in
competition for the
purgatory
Citizen
before you get
Con
to hell
winners,
doesn't
the
sound like
people who
fun.
made the
Sorry.
videos, and we gave them a Kruger L21 Wolf.
Reddit.
We actually have the names. They're behind me. Look. All right, that's cool. Also, everybody's got food. Do I have food
In
here? Oh, somebody's supposed to
purgatory.
save me pizza. All right, so we got. Oh, you guys saved me a lot of pizza. Let's see. There's like 3 different kinds of pizza here. What if we just combine them
Pizza.
into like a challenger situation here.
Wow.
That's a Citizen Con throwback if you're not familiar with. So I have now crafted my own pizza experience. And that is a terrible segue into our next segment. Gemma, can we...
Yeah, right,
Gemma,
Zero?
are you there?
Yes, Jared.
Can we fire up the FPS crafting segment?
now we know
while
why
I
he's
try to chew
overweight.
this off camera?
I will say though, Lando, dude. Lando is one guy that I'm kind of sitting here questioning whether he just fucking is doing that in the middle of everything. He's just drinking some booze and stuff, and his managers are going, "What the fuck is he doing now? What the fuck, dude? Stop drinking. You're eating pizzas."
At its heart will always be an enormous sandbox experience.
He's just like, "Yeah, I don't care. Woohoo!"
Tackle the universe in whatever ways you want. But that doesn't mean we can't shape parts of the universe here and there to better suit our needs. That goes for both you and us. Let's start this part of the show with a look at how crafting is going to change
There we go,
everything
crafting.
from resource gathering, refining, and even combat when it comes online in the next few months.
This would tie into what I was talking about with economy, resources.
Correct, and mining.
Yeah.
We're going to use it as a kind of concentrated effort to
Yeah,
And
all of
salvaging,
it,
and
which means
it's all
yeah.
going to support
the
PvP.
UI,
Yep.
the flow
The
of
actual
gathering materials
backbone of the
into
game for
quality,
careers and shit,
and using
Yep.
those
which is
to
what
craft
I want to
items
see.
which are better than
Not
what
just
they
little
have
focusing
currently
of
in
you
the
know,
game.
random things.
The
That's
first
kind of
version
what-
is going to be primarily
Yeah.
FPS items that you can craft, weapons and armor.
It's the
For
Elder
Star
Scrolls
Citizen,
gear.
crafting is our primary progression mechanic. Star Citizen isn't your standard MMO. We don't have levels. We have
That gun.
ships. We have
I hate
gear,
it
we
as
have
much as I
things
love it.
that you create in the world, you perfect, you research, you improve. And those items, those ships, those vehicles, the armor and weapons, that's how you progress in Star Citizen.
Which, you know,
Crafting isn't just a progression mechanic for creating new items.
making these
It's
ships
also
matter a little bit more
a
would be huge
fundamental
too.
change to how we handle resources in the game. The materials that you collect, how you refine them, quality matters.
Yeah, right.
Crafting the weapons, you'll be
Yeah,
able to
it does,
have
Zero. You
some
know what the funny
quality
thing is? I was thinking of the
materials
same
to
thing, and
influence the
still,
item stats on
oh
those
god, it
weapons.
still looks so
It'll
good.
be somewhat random, potentially
Pizza's
weighted
pizza,
on
man.
the location of the material. Some will have a higher chance of higher quality. And once you take those materials to your crafting bench, the fabricator, you can use them to craft, and the different attributes will be increased based
Looks
on
like it's on an
the
Idris
quality
deck.
of the materials you use.
Yeah, that's
Not
good.
just
That's
iron ore
forward thinking,
anymore,
but they
it's
should
iron
also
ore
include a
quality that
skill
you know will get
set
you the
or skill level.
stats for the item.
A
that
little
you
bit,
desire.
at
And
least. Yeah.
It's not just
Yeah,
mining.
a background one without.
Essentially every resource.
Because some
we
games,
can
this
get our
game
hands
isn't
on.
one where you're
To
gonna get
support
like
this,
physical
we also
skills
need
that
major
are better
changes to
other than your
inventory.
skills.
Right,
So
right.
that
But the
all
more
of
you,
these new
the more you
resources that
craft
you're
something, the
collecting,
better it should
you
be.
can see what you
you know?
have, you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
order
for
it
sure.
better, you can understand what you have in your inventory.
We won't have
Zero
a
is
new
saying
refining
crafting and
crafting
base
system
building
yet.
will
We'll be
hopefully
using the
force
existing
players
ones.
to buy commodities
Those will
again
pass the
and bring
quality
back
through
yeah
into the refined
exactly.
materials,
Exactly.
which you can
Why
then
we
take
need
to
it.
your crafting machine.
That's just for
and
us.
start making your
That means that
personal
all the
items.
haulers have something. That
Once
means
you
all
have
the
your
miners have
blueprint
something.
and your quality materials that you've refined,
Well, we rely on
then
all
you
of
can put them together on the item fabricator. This will be pretty
We
much
are
what
the
we showed in last year's
leeches.
CitizenCon with the UI.
I mean, the
letting you
heroes of society.
Assign your quality resources to different aspects of the item. Once you're happy with what you see on the preview, you'll be able to click to craft, and
The
it'll get
veins of
queued up,
economy.
and your results will be produced sometime later.
And just like that other space game, they should have an
You'll be able
open
to get
market where you
the
could put
new
your
crafting
crafted
machine
materials
from
or
shop in most
ships
landing zones.
on
You'll be able
for
to bring
sale.
it up on your
Yeah, to
freight
other players.
elevator and use it in your
Yeah, I
personal
mean,
hangar,
for sure.
or tractor beam it around and stick it on a ship if you want to use it.
It's
from
hard
there.
to even give another player an item sometimes.
Correct. Yeah, I know.
There'll be a small amount of blueprints you get credited to your account just to test and mess
the
around.
Kraken
but
will
the
have
vast majority of
player
them will be
shops.
earned
I was just
through
thinking that,
missions,
yeah.
And then you can
Same with the
use that
banner.
blueprint to craft the item. That
And they're
is
getting closer to
you've got
those
the
kind of
blueprint
ships.
for, so it should be,
In fact, I'm wondering. I think the
Banu,
Kraken's been more
sorry,
ready for a
yeah,
while.
But the Banu is on
The
hold.
advantage of
It's been
crafting
on
Yeah.
your
hold
own
for a
items is
year
that
at
they'll be
least.
better than anything
No,
you
no,
can
it's
buy
been
from
on
shops.
hold for since
You'll be able
2000,
to
what,
increase
12 or
and
13 when I
improve
bought it
item
initially.
stats that are relevant to your gameplay.
Wow.
Maybe your
No, they
gun will
did
shoot
start
faster,
on it, but
maybe it'll do some more damage,
I think
or your
they
armor will have
said it
greater
like
resistance
1 year or 2
against
years ago that the
environmental
team
effects
that
or incoming
were
fire.
designing it working
might
on
be
it.
wondering,
They
what about the upgrade and
are not
research?
with
That will be coming in a
TIG
subsequent
anymore.
release.
Yeah, they jump
We're
ship.
happy with this
Yeah, I know.
initial
I'm aware of
scope
that.
for crafting.
It's going to be so valuable
unfortunately,
for us
but
Well,
still.
as devs
there's a lot
to
of
How long has it been?
get the metrics in,
Even
get the feedback
oh, I
in.
forgot
because
push to talk. I
then
was
we
gonna
can
say,
make the
well, a lot of it,
changes
even
that,
though
you know,
the
they
teams
only
didn't
become
want to, let's just say,
obvious,
were
so to
also
speak, when you have
forced on an early
mass
leave.
amounts of
That's you
data,
know.
mass amounts of users.
Yeah.
There's been times where
So
they've
I'm
literally
very excited to
fired
get
their
it
whole
off the line.
staff, and
It's our
that's
intention
you know
to
what I
get
heard.
crafting out
Anyway.
in tech preview by the end of the year and get the testing we
Star
need so
System
we
is
can
full of
release it when
rumors.
it's ready.
So that's one way you'll be crafting your own experiences in the Star Citizen universe. But what about us? Where do we get to hone in and craft a bespoke experience here and there, specifically tailored to individual or small group play? Well, that's where instancing comes in. And I'm going to let Benji tell you a little bit more.
Instancing, that's not really
We're bringing instancing
good thing
to Star
for these
Citizen
kind of
in
games.
2026.
Yeah.
Why are we doing it, and how will it work?
As a
So if
multiplayer
you've
without
played any
multiplayer.
content in 2025 in Star Citizen, you know that most of these areas were in actual PvP zones where other
Yeah,
players
so it's
could interfere.
multiplayer without PvP.
Instancing
It's
is a
fake
means to
multiplayer,
create an
yes,
environment
yeah.
where designers can create tailored
I get why they
content
do it some
that's
cases,
tuned to a
but
specific group size, but it is also protected from outside interference. It's not to say that we don't love PvP. I'm a
Yep.
PvP guy.
Here we go.
PvP me, bro. But like most MMOs, a good balance between a dangerous overworld and a protected instances is needed. Right now, we don't have this ability, and this is something we really need in order to give you a sense of progression that is tailored and balanced to a tunable amount of groups, so the difficulty matches the group size. There's a
What they
beginning
really
and an
need
end.
is just
It doesn't mean
consequences.
that doesn't fit in our overworld strategy.
Everybody
meaning
would
getting to
rethink
the
how they do
instance
this.
is dangerous.
Murder
Exiting
hobos,
the
everybody.
instance is dangerous, or can be interfered with others. But at least when you're playing
ones
the
they'd have to
content, we can actually
plan,
make
and
something
that
that's curated for one
includes
experience.
haulers, all of them.
So before anybody says this is only a PvE thing, this technology can also be applied to unlock curated PvP experiences that are as seamless as the PvE ones. So it's not about one thing or the other, it's really about unlocking developers' ability to create curated content. So that said, how will it work?
Sorry, Jack.
Instancing is really an evolution over static to dynamic meshing. We want your instances to be as seamless as your instance hangars,
100%,
meaning
bro.
that
Yeah,
when you take an
absolutely,
elevator,
man.
you exit the elevator, you're inside the instance. A gateway opens, you cross that gateway, you're now into your instances. Could be also a quantum jump into an instance
Like
that you don't
flying
even
beyond the
see.
speed of light
The
and then
transition
breaking
is just like a
into the
dynamic
solar
mesh
system.
transition.
A weird
And so
galaxy with
throughout
weird
the
physics.
universe, we will be able
Yeah.
to add these areas that are open or closed instances that allow you to join in either with a party and have a reserved instance for your party, or join in open instances that has a number of slots. And so some of those areas will be completely instanced on different servers. This allows us to leverage the compute power of the entire mesh. The closed ones will be really to drive one piece of content. You enter and exit seamlessly, just like we do with your instance hangars currently. Let's go and find out what one of our first instances will be.
Oh.
Siege of Arzen was an event we did
But
previously.
the only fun I
which
had there was
created a
shooting
gameplay
them.
scenario where the player had to
Yeah.
run through and progress through contested islands of
We
Arzen.
fucking had a
This
blast.
was a
Took on the
high-paced,
whole
high-intensity
place.
event, but it struggled a little bit from its technical execution. But now
I
with
just
the
remember the
introduction of
first time in
instancing,
chat for
it
a
gives us an
while.
opportunity
Since I
to
named my
evolve it,
stream Pirate
modify it,
Stream.
and make it better
People were coming in and
for you
just
and
going,
a small group
Creeper.
to work through that activity.
It is an event that I had
Yeah,
the
well,
honor of
you know.
pretty much
We
solely
literally had
designing
nothing
and
better to do at all, to
building
the
all
point
of
that
the
we're like,
logic and
okay,
having the
fine.
stress of trying to get
Let's
it
go do
working.
this.
Agent Dooley from the CDF puts the call out for volunteers because basically the Nine Tails have taken over sort of a cluster of floating platforms.
It's a cool
in
mission,
Orson.
for sure.
And you are there
Big.
to kill these sort of lieutenants of this terrorist organization and take back control. So in our current thinking, Siege of Arisen is designed for about a 15 to 20 people fire team. So you, your friends, or your org will go in, you'll all have sort of dedicated roles. Some of you might be the tank who brings in the heavy weapons and sort of pulls the fire. Some of you might sit at the back and be the sniper and pick people off who are a bit
I'll run
further
up
to make
behind
the
him with a
fights
knife
easier.
and slit their
Some
throat.
of you will be the medic whose sole job is going to be to revive and look after the rest of your team and the health of them. And some of you will be the people who push for the objectives to try and get sort of most of the mission done. The event was designed for about 15 to 30 people, but when we released it, we fixed the problem with 2 DGSs on one server that was fighting for resources. And with that, we also upped the player count to 100. So when it first debuted, it was already too
there you go.
for what it was designed for.
It was a massive operation at the time. I think
I was
that
actually explaining
bringing
a little
it
bit of
back
this.
and giving it a refresher
Because
will
it's old
be
shit, you know?
a fantastic addition
But-
back into the PU.
So imagine if Siege was a instance that you could go in and play
That would
solo.
be lame.
Or if it was a public event that you could go with your friends, or you could join up with random players on the server. There's lots of ways that we want to take a look at Siege, how we can make it a more approachable piece of content.
Wait, what?
I'm excited, to say the least, to bring back Siege of Orison to Star Citizen and to sort of have it be one of the first tests that we have for instancing and really get it back to sort of a core experience point where it should be. So while the next season is quite heavily focused on Nyx, I'm also very happy that we're not really ignoring our other 2 systems of Standard and Pyro, and we're going back there and we're sort of improving and expanding on the player's life in those 2 systems as well.
Honestly, the problem with murder hobos and criminals just murdering people
Yes, and
can be
while
fixed
things
with
like
so many
Genesis,
different
Intercell
like
Hauling,
law
crafting,
changes
Siege
to the
Warzone,
law,
and more will reveal
increases in
next year
security,
will
and
continue to bring life into the existing universe.
making
outside of Nyx.
consequences for
There's
just losing a
still
ship.
One more
you know?
exciting use
exactly.
of instancing we're building right now. It's an early
I
look
get
for
why,
normal, and
you know,
some of
it's
it
not
is
here
still in
yet,
my
for
books,
sure.
But we're excited to share.
I just hope
the
they
first
don't
look
start
at a major
really
content
focusing
release
on
in
just
2026.
instances.
Yeah,
'cause
that's my
gonna-
fear too.
That's gonna
I don't think
kill
so, but
PvP.
I don't know. A lot of
As an
things are going
evolution
one
of our
direction, and
building
it's kind of like
interior initiative,
I wish
you
people
won't
would
discover
understand
it by
really the
accident.
funnest thing
Because when
ever
it's
about
complete,
this
it will
game,
be
and
found deep
eventually
within the
you're
heart of
probably going to
Levski
figure it out
itself.
anyway. These
This
guys,
is the
but
way
later
this works.
is the open possibilities of anything happening. At the same time, you're going to
So
be
inside the
safe
facility,
90%
you'll
of the time.
find huge
Right, and that's what makes the game exciting.
Yeah. And just
All
thinking things
processing
through.
plants,
Not trying not to be so just, well,
industrial
I'm going to get my ship and fly over there and abandon it.
And eventually,
Because I want to log off.
the old turbines, which are still pumping heat into the old rock.
It's a ways off,
So this
though.
is
I
the
get it.
true history of Levski. This is a place where you won't see Norville, you won't see 918 or the other landing zone. It's the pure basis of Levski. You will have, of course, metal and tunnels and more structural plays, but
Real
you will
quick,
also
I'll be
see
mute
a lot
just
of
a bit. I
rock
have
and
something to care.
cave. So it's not a
You're
place
picking?
you go to take vacation. It's
But
really
you
a
guys are
place
all still going. So.
you go to
Sounds
fix
good.
stuff.
Not everybody has what it takes to come down there and do the job that needs to be done.
All of your sewage systems have stopped working. Everything's going to quite literally. And so the player is tasked with their group, most likely, to go into there, take out the outlaws, and get the facility working again.
So let me get this straight. This is literally a mission to fix the toilets of Levski.
It's not just the toilets. You're also trying to turn on the air. Air is a bit more important. It still works in Levski, but they have like maybe polluted air because it's not being cleared properly. It's not just for the toilet.
Poop mission.
It's also a little bit more exciting than just going into like some vents. It's like a 3-layered system where there's 3 chapters.
This will be mission-driven and repeatable. Everything from mining to salvage to combat to investigation, a variety of roles. Narratively, it's a real sandbox. Every progression you do will unlock a new area that will link back to previous areas, complexifying the play space.
We've been wanting to have more gameplay around landing zones for a long time. Now that we have instancing tech coming online, that allows us to do something that provides really cool gameplay close to a landing zone.
With the missions, that's what will create different overlays or change the spaces or change the progression, but it'll be the instancing which will enable us to create tailored content to you and your group. So you're going to be able to play a part of it, make your progress, and then log off. And then the next time you come online,
Hope this
you'll be able to
instancing
pick
doesn't
up
chase
where you left off.
PvPers off.
It's going to allow players to return back to it at different states.
Yeah, you
depending on
can't
how much
interfere
you've
with the
progressed, and
mission.
be able to keep it
Yeah,
going
that's
until
not good.
you've reached sort of the end of the whole 3 chapters.
Where you're not going to have other people getting in your way. It's you, your team, your party.
It's a way of giving players content where they know exactly where they're at, and they can.
It's got to be a balance between all three, like industry,
progress and
manufacturing,
ability to jump through them
mining,
faster times as well.
salvage, and PvP.
Yeah, I mean, this is purely a single-player mission.
And developers alike to
But it's not a
create
single-player
more
game.
crafted
That's the thing.
experiences within the greater sandbox of the persistent universe. Okay, is that it for me at this point, Jared?
Almost. Throw it back to me, and I've got one more for you after this.
Back to you,
I mean,
Jared.
it'll be fun to do a couple times. That's about it.
Yeah, and then it's just boring.
Yeah. Well, so I did look up the ships, the new ships.
Yeah.
The Shiv is the skinny Cutlass, or Cutlass Timu. It is
excited about the year ahead.
a lot. Oh
That's
shit!
a
hold
brief
on.
look at some of the ways in which we're allowing you and our developers to craft a more curated Star Citizen experience. Now, at this point in the show, we are in the home stretch. We've got only one more segment to go. But before we do that, we wanted to check out. We said earlier in the show that we would look at what you were saying during the show. We looked at how to put YouTube comments on the stream, and it was immediately apparent that we were going to lose our broadcast license.
Yeah.
So we're not going to do that. We
Shiv
did
is
find
by
some,
far the
social media
cheapest
stuff
at
on Twitch though.
150
Twitter,
for
X,
most.
What is it called now? Let's see what
130
this says.
for
Let's see, we've got,
concierge.
Welcome back,
Okay,
Glebski
did I miss the
from,
ironclad?
I'm not wearing my glasses.
No, you haven't.
Oh no.
They were talking mainly about instancing.
Yeah,
Well,
like I said, I know that whatever. It doesn't mean too much in the future, but whenever I hear him talking like this, it just makes me see the idea that they're going past their own vision a lot. Or,
Well,
you know,
like I mentioned to the guys here, I mean, there has to be a balance between the PvP and then, of course, mining, salvage, and manufacturing.
which naturally they can do. That was kind of what I'm saying is boosting security, boosting reasons to
Consequences.
consequences, all of it. Like just for example, okay, this is a quick one. Where okay, let's say there's a murder hobo just sitting in a fighter, right? You killed him, you blew him up. Now that ship is going to take a little bit more money every time, enough that it's going to hurt to reclaim it quickly. You got to do a bigger payout, and then and a longer longer wait time. If you don't pay it out, it'll just keep going up because then. And I know why they don't do it. I get it. At the same time, this would just help so many things in this game, dude, that are related to that. Nobody thinks about it because they don't. It doesn't matter. They can just get in a fighter and shoot. Boom. Get another one. Shoot. Boom.
Exactly.
The Shiv is going to be dual size 4s and quad size 3s on the turret with
they tend to like to sit quietly in the dark.
8 size 3 missiles and 8 size 2 missiles.
Digital virtual worlds like this. And then
Yeah, that's not
I
bad.
come in all happy and like,
The
hey, you wanna be on
Stinger
video? They're like, no.
is the
I'm like,
Vandal
it's in your
one.
contract.
Yeah.
And they're like,
1 size
we
5, 4 size
So,
4s, 2 size
we
2s, and 16 size 2 missiles.
That's crazy.
The folks in the editorial department put together a brief montage of
And it's 150 for the
It's not that hard to
Shiv,
figure out, really, in the end.
315 for the
It's not.
Stinger.
They can form it on everything, even the
And
simplistic,
the,
most whatever views.
The real bad boy is the Paladin.
A fake economy, you know.
Is 8 size 3 missiles, 2 size 4s,
Maybe 9 or 10.
and the turrets are
Man, I don't know, man.
quad size 5
Yes, I was
and 2 twin size 4 turrets.
I'm assuming that they have to be manned. You can't control them at the pilot station.
Which
I don't
ship
know.
is this you guys are talking about?
I was just listening to the 3 that they had brought out. But yeah, a quad size 5 turret is disgusting on the Paladin.
Yeah.
Crack house and,
That's insane.
I like the
Yeah.
live ones.
Oh, I mean, I love these digital ones. These are the best.
every time I've done it.
But the Vandal is the new heavy fighter. I mean, the Shiv or...
Did you have a restraining order against you, or...?
Not Shiv, Stinger.
Didn't know if I was going to be sick, if I was going to lose my stomach.
Yeah.
How is it to keep your eyes open on stage?
That's not a problem with the lights. They're kind of, I'm realizing through this sentence that I'm closing my eyes as I speak. Do I do that a lot?
There's very few new ships, and I've said this before, but it's true, that I pay attention to. There's just a few that I can really think of right off the bat. It's now the Ironclad and the Kraken now.
Yep.
And it's just how I've been the whole time in this game. That's why I played a long time. I got a lot of experience in it, but it's certain play styles, and it's true. Like when I say I fly ships, like I stole them because I did, and it's the only time I've flown most of these ships in game. So when it comes to all these new ships, I'm just seeing them going, yeah, okay, not the Ironclad, okay. What's the next one?
Is Moistmaster your favorite?
I think you mean least.
That's just me. That's why I have other people that also fly these ships. They can give you better opinions.
So, looking at the Stinger here, it's 2 times 8 size 2 for the missiles, which means you might be able to make that a 515 times 2. So you might be able to have 2 size 5 torps on a fucking Stinger, which would be disgusting.
CitizenCon, walk on stage, be pre-recorded. It's not the easiest thing for everybody. And on behalf of the community, if I can speak for them in this regard, I want to say thank you for participating in these things each and every year that we have them.
Is it?
Now, let's wrap things up here.
Big release.
So,
surprise. Here we go.
How do I want to do this? At this point, we've only got one major story, one major story left to tell. But before we do that, it wouldn't be. We wanted to do one more check-in on something we started last year. Last year, Rich Tyler took the stage and presented his roadmap to 1.0. And we didn't want to go an entire year without talking to the senior game director himself to get his update on that 1 year later. So we're going to throw it to him, and we're going to go to our last segment, and when we come back, we'll say our goodbyes. And if you're at a watch party, it's time to get... I was going to say... that's not a word I can say on the camera. Let's just go. Let's just throw it back to me. Go to me from 1 week ago.
I don't know. It's funny just thinking him. I don't know what it were. So, any bets? What's it gonna be?
Senior game director
Big surprise.
Rich Tyler took to the stage and revealed our plan for 1.0. Now, before we end this year's CitizenCon
All right,
Direct,
drum roll.
we wanna take
Everybody
a few
else.
moments and follow up on that reveal from last year to do as
I'm
we've
hoping
done
for
today
base building,
and
but
look at the
not
year
hold my
ahead.
breath.
So, Rich, thanks for taking the time to join us.
Well, you're welcome.
All right, so we're going to jump right into it. Everybody knows the only constant in game development is change. So I'm going to ask you outright, what's changed about the road to 1.0?
Well, fortunately, nothing.
We're
It
delaying
still
it by
remains our
3
North
years.
Star. The team is busy working towards that goal in the background, and every patch this year has moved us towards
Fortunately.
that goal. And if you haven't watched the Star Citizen 1.0 presentation from last year, I highly recommend you do so, because everything in it is still relevant as of today.
You mentioned every patch this year has moved us towards that goal, so I want to dig deeper into that. We've done, at this point, 9 releases in this year, more than any year prior. How does each one of these not just sit as their own moment in time, but move us forward on this road to 1.0?
Well, last year I discussed the framework of 1.0, how all those complex systems can tie together. And one of the core aspects of that was the main story, which became the spine of the universe, which brought all of the locations, mission givers, guilds, and all the different areas of the game to the players. Now, what I didn't talk about from last year was all of the content that was going to support that framework, add the flesh to the bones, should we say. And I think that's where this year has moved us towards that goal. If you think about previous events of previous years, they've generally been locations that we've put into the verse, but they've been transient. We've taken them away, like Siege of Orison or Zenithreat. We've added them to game, and then they've been moved away. And I think with the addition of the patches this year, when you look at the Hathor facilities, Onyx facility, these are permanent additions to the world that not only have their own story, as when we release them with the patches, but they'll also become points of interest and areas
Oh,
that
I was
the
muted for
larger
that.
1.0 narrative will utilize.
Since we're on story, I'm gonna stay with this here. Since we launched the PU back in 2015, it's always been this sandbox where players can do what they want. They can bring their own story to the verse, and that'll never change. But how important is it that we also build this concurrent narrative of our own, this crafted experience, if you will, alongside that?
Well, we're trying to create a living, breathing universe. And that includes both the player stories that you mentioned, that they can go and enjoy and create their own memories together. But it also means that we want to have a universe that gives back. We want areas and locations to feel like they're believable and real life locations. And if you look,
even if their marketing team wasn't notorious for being just,
we've had an overarching story that's moved from patch to patch.
It's true.
And we're going through some of those cycles right now. We've also been introducing mission content that has fully voiced dialogue and facial animation, which allows us to inject some of the meaning
that was
and the
even back in
why
the
to what
day
you're
it
doing
was
as
in
a
the
player.
game.
Right.
And
So
I think story is
personal
integral to
missions you
Star
got
Citizen as a
from
connective tissue
Techo and
that ties all of these different complex
the salvage
systems
guy in
together,
Hurston,
because it takes players on that journey
or
throughout the game.
the Hurston Dynamics dude himself.
Start injecting story into the verse. I think people are really responding to it. So everybody knows, and you mentioned just now that this year we changed a whole lot about how we operate and how we release things. How do you think that's gone?
I think it's gone very well. I think if the mantra that I've always been pushing this year at the beginning of January was
He's coming soon, guys.
And I think this year has seen a different development strategy for how we've been moving the game forward. That's where this different strategy has allowed us to really take a wider approach. And we also have to remember that Star Citizen is played by tens of thousands of players every day. And while we have lofty future goals,
it's only tens of
we
thousands
still
now?
have to make decisions right
Oof.
now that make the game fun for the people that are playing it all the time, playing it as their daily game. If you look at previous years, we've had to
it
hold
was
the
a lot
patch
more at
back,
some
we've
point.
had to make concessions.
It usually happens though. There is a downturn, then an up,
right
then
to
a
go
down.
into there.
There were 3 months, 4
Well, it
months,
took a big
sometimes
hit,
5 months
remember, with the
between patches.
hacking,
and
the
I
whole
don't think
cheating.
that's good for anybody.
Yeah.
I don't think it's good for the players. I don't think
Even
it's good
before
for the
that,
development team.
there was
I
hauling's
think
been
it's
broken,
better
so
to have
therefore
regular
piracy's
seasonal
been broken,
drops.
therefore,
One good example
you know,
is this year for A Line of Mine. People probably don't know, but A Line of Mine, when you turned on the laser, it was actually supposed to reveal the sandworm Valakar. And I played it, and it didn't hit the quality that I wanted to go into the game.
I don't know.
So we changed,
Look,
and I took
I
it
love this
out,
game, but
and I made that decision alongside Chris and Erin. And
I cannot
held that
help
back,
but
and we're going to
to
work on that towards a future
say,
patch. But I think
yeah,
definitely the more regular
this whole
cadences
mentality
has
of
had
what they're
the
doing with
multiple
this
benefits.
new
Like I said, I wanted to
production of the
spell them
game,
right here, right now.
focusing on these little
features
areas,
are still being worked on quite heavily in the background, from radar and scanning in FPS,
I don't know.
quantum, to inventory, engineering, and crafting, and all of those features are going to be coming very, very soon for players to get their hands on. And, you know, I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to sit here and say that if I was to go back to the start of the year, I would hope that we would have released more features. But I also think every decision we've made this year has been through the lens of making the live experience as stable and as good as possible.
Absolutely. All right, so that's a bit about the year before. And the year before has been, I've said this before, I've said it internally, I've said it out there, I'm going to say it right now again on camera. I think this has been the best year of Star Citizen ever, and I'm willing to look right into the camera and say that. The player numbers are up, engagement numbers are up, the length of the play sessions are up, bug numbers are down, 30K is gone. It's been a solid year. But CitizenCon isn't CitizenCon without talking about the future, so I want to move us to the future. We've talked about story, we've talked about this more diegetic, immersive universe and adding voice lines and stuff like this. But where do we go from here? Obviously that continues, but what more are we going to do to make this universe seem alive and real and breathing?
I think the biggest thing is to start having that conversation be two-way. So if you think about this year, like you mentioned, we've been having fully voiced NPCs, but a lot of those missions and those NPCs, they're talking to you, they're talking at you. Right. You don't get to talk back to them. Now, obviously, you get to interact with them through your actions. You get to go and do their mission, and you get to move that along, and then they talk to you again. But it's a one-way conversation.
We're missing that conversation wheel.
Exactly. The next part would be physical mission givers. That's something that we're going to be working towards very soon, with Battaglia being the first one coming back in the verse. And just to be clear, we will be bringing all the mission givers eventually back, and we want them to be an integral part of the verse and the story that players go and enjoy. We want the locations to be brought to life, and as we mentioned last year, we want to have interactive scenes that you can go and be part of. And obviously the full end goal is towards, you know, to have cinematic stories in the game, and that is what we're going to be pushing towards. Everything we do, every decision we make, is through the lens of moving us closer to 1.0. It might sometimes be difficult to see why those decisions have been made at the time they've been made, but rest assured that Star Citizen 1.0 is still our North Star. That's what we're still aiming towards, and that's what we're going to be moving forward with every patch next year.
This tells you a lot of people are curious about this, other than just us, because they're kind of, you know, getting to the main picture here.
Is there a role in instancing, which we learned about earlier today? Is there a role in
The big question.
for instancing in that, in helping with mission givers?
Yes, partially. It will be one mechanism that
At
will
the same
allow
time,
us
chat,
to
kind of
have
feeling
players
calm down, but
go to
whatever.
their own individual area
Right
of
on.
the verse, have that conversation, and then go and continue on into the open world environment. So I think that's where, when we look at instancing provides us one tool that allows us to remove that bottleneck and provide a more seamless experience.
Happy you said that, because that's one of our last topics I want to get to, is how we reconcile instancing with the persistent universe. Like, for the last 10 years now, we've been building this giant, seamless, persistent universe where everybody can come in and play together. And it would be easy to have a first instinct reaction to the idea of instancing and say that's antithetical to everything that Star Citizen is. But you mentioned last year these three
Thank you.
pillars of building Star Citizen in the PU, and I want to know, you said nothing changed, but I want to ask you about this specifically. What are those three pillars again, and how does instancing fit within the greater design of Star Citizen?
So the three pillars I mentioned last year were open world. That's just like the missions you love today. You can go and play, there's other players there, and you can go and enjoy that together. Then we have instancing, which I'll talk about
Yeah,
more,
right.
but similar to municipal works that we've talked about previously. And then the third pillar was dynamic content, which would be
It's a knee-jerk reaction to the complaints by the Bobs.
And I think it's
Instancing.
very easy to become
It
myopic
is, in a way.
around one
I know.
specific thing.
I
when
think I
we're
really
talking
feel that
about it
way,
a
but
lot.
it's at the
When
same
it's the
time,
next
I don't know,
stage of our
certain
development.
things, but
And I think you could reverse it. If we'd have made a game that was all instance, and then
I'm
I'd come on
trying
camera
at
and
the
say,
same time
hey guys, we're going to
to
start doing
see
open
things
world.
from
It would be
not
like,
just
oh,
the
is the game
PvP
changing? Are we doing
piracy
open world now? Is
perspective.
open world the new?
But again,
the
it's
new,
like the
you know,
world that
North
it's
Star
supposed
that's going
to
to take
be
us
is
this way.
we're
And
always
it's
going to be a
not. It's
possibility.
just one more
Like-
tool that's
Right.
going to allow us.
But it's
to
not just
offer
PvP. You have to look at the
dynamic
game
experiences for
overall. It's an
players to engage.
MMO.
Now,
It's a
when I talk about
multiplayer, a
instancing,
massive multiplayer
instancing
game.
isn't always.
So when you
what imagine
instance it,
as
it
a
turns it into
solo
a single
instance
player.
experience where
Yep.
it's only just you.
It's true.
We're going to have several.
And in fact, what they've done with their servers is made it so they don't have to worry about instancing as much. Because the way they meshed them all together like this was, you know.
For us to teach you the ropes.
But, you know,
safe
I don't know.
environments,
We all saw this coming in a way.
The complex game that we've made.
Well, in a big
But
way.
we'll also have open instances.
Instead of just getting a crew and these guys being a little bit more prepared, they would like rather the game change.
Because we've got mission givers
Around them. Again, I'm not going to be all ranty. The thing is about this whole thing, this entire game is, it's always one extreme to the other, and it's also, it's all over the place sometimes. But
and NPCs, and you can go and enjoy the content, and that's, I think, something that
when the actual vision of the game gets further away from everybody, like, I don't know.
From what is originally marketed as.
It allows us to create experiences that are different.
And one of the best parts about it to this day. Like,
and it's not to say that we won't continue our open world development.
There's a reason we had so much fun doing piracy and stuff like that. The dynamic gameplay like that.
This is one of the
That's how it was originally marketed.
Yeah, well, it's just fun stuff. Just not just piracy, just dynamic gameplay like that, where you have to think them through and deal with different situations. And prep, and I know the game's a
So we
mess.
hit a lot of
Prepping
the,
is a pain
bigger
because of it.
topics, the feature work, engineering, and FPS crafting coming to
But
tech
I still
previews
fly
and stuff
around
like
one
this.
Corsair as long as
We've talked
possible.
about
I've had it for
instancing
months
and how that's
sometimes.
going to work within the universe.
A month.
But I want to ask you this one last big one. It's very easy to say Star Citizen is this kind of game. And
It's
that
fun
kind of
too.
game.
No, I like the
Those
challenge.
of us who spend our
Yeah.
days making it know better. It's an everything game. It's everything we can make it game. It just is. But at the core of this is still spaceships. That life of spaceships. What more can you tell us about spaceship gameplay in the future? What can you give us? What can you tee up for us to look forward to for those of us who are really into Star Citizen for the spaceships?
Surprised they didn't
Our intention's going
mention
forward
engineering
to
or
make
fires
sure
or
that
anything
every
like
ship
that.
or ship archetype that you acquire has a role and has content that you can go and enjoy in the universe. For example, right now I know that we're working on more robust mining missions, more robust salvage missions. We're going to be working on refueling missions. And we want to make sure that each and every one of the ship has a purpose.
Did you say
has a
back?
reason to
Sorry,
exist.
I was on the other side of the room for a second.
From the smallest
Saying I'm
cargo
surprised they
engine
didn't mention engineering or the fire system at
vehicles,
all.
Oh, yeah,
all the way
engineering,
up
good
to
point.
large
Good
capital
point.
ships. We want to give them purpose, and I think it's
Means
something
they've just
that we
made
are
zero progress on it.
absolutely aware.
Well,
of. We want to
yeah,
make sure
again,
that
it
we're
was-
building that
he
section of
just said
content to
they're
allow
working
players to
on
engage.
engineering in the background
But I think
heavily.
2026
Oh, I fucking
Like
missed
5
that.
minutes
That-
ago.
be
I
a
missed
very
that.
good year
Thanks.
for Star
Yeah, I
Citizen.
definitely missed it.
And I think it's going to be something that's very interesting and something that a lot of people have been waiting for. But rather than me spoil it, I'll let Ian and the team go into the details on that.
He had a twinkle in his eye. Ian, take it away.
Hmm? Ooh. Oh.
So the persistent universe has existed for over 10 years now. During that time, we've created lots of gameplay systems, we've added hundreds of locations, we've added lots of mission activities for different purposes: combat, cargo, mining, salvaging. But for combat ships, the only thing you've been able to do is fight other combat ships. In 2026, this changes. We're going to be delivering a spaceship focused activity space which incentivizes the use of different gameplay roles. These are going to be scenarios where you're going to have to plan and
Piracy.
strategize and create operational tactics to overcome
Or
your
anti-piracy.
objective. So what you're going to see is very early. It's early in the pipeline process, and it's going to come online about mid next year. But we're really excited about the content we're creating, so we want to share with you a super early look at what we're building
Okay.
in a space we're calling Tactical Strike Groups.
Tactical strikers? Is that what he said?
There's your Idris.
The People's Alliance are still trying to get to the bottom of what this new faction is really doing in the Nyx system.
They've sent a capital ship to check out a station and run it into more than they can take care of themselves.
Unfortunately, that team came under attack and members of their groups were taken hostage.
Yeah.
Now they've reached out to Intersec, who've reached out to you to
You
help
see,
recover the pilot.
this right here is, you know, it's just a video or movie they created because the PDCs would be killing each other.
True.
When you arrive,
And
you will have this
PDCs.
big asteroid.
Cool ships though,
An
dude.
asteroid,
These
and
big
on
ships
this
are
you
fun
have
as
this
fuck with a
place
crew.
where you will find three big arms. You will see at the middle, you will have this big energy core. Everything here has a
I was gonna
purpose.
say though,
It's
and
not
it's
just
cool.
a
Like I said, the
show, just
PvE stuff is a necessity, so they have to do this either way. But a lot of the stuff they're just talking about is like stuff that dynamic gameplay I was talking about that you can do in this game already to a huge extent.
Yeah, true.
So your first objective here is to clear out the ships. There'll be waves of these ships, so this is where you want your light or your medium or your heavy fighters, whichever playstyle you prefer.
So while one part of your group is dealing with the fighters, now it's time to actually assault the station.
Ooh, like a raid. Okay, cool.
This station has been outfitted to resist
Full-on raid.
all of the obvious way of attacks.
Somehow they've incorporated Vanduul capital ship killing turrets. These turrets ignore small fighters, and they have the firepower to destroy even the biggest capital ships.
Cool. Give me one on my Corsair.
If you get it close, it will get shredded. The idea of these is so we can sort of make it so we can mix up that ship combat, and not everyone can just bring the biggest ship and win just because they have the biggest ship.
Yep.
You have to send out your best pilots to navigate the superstructure and take down anything that may damage your bigger ships. So at this point you're thinking destroy the turrets, but it's not that easy. This turret,
like those big battle
has shields
Idris
like you've
events
never
they've
seen
had.
before. It
Similar.
won't take any kind of damage.
Sounds
your
like it.
missiles won't do anything.
Yeah.
Your lasers won't do anything. Your ballistics won't do anything to them. But like everything, they do have a weakness. So
That is
you
the
have
funnest thing
cut
to do in
power
those big
to their
ships.
shield.
It's this kind of thing.
To do that, that actually brings you to your first objective, the power relays.
So the exterior has a number of power relays that are holding the doors closed so that you can't get in.
You have to find them, you have to target them, and you have to destroy them. But it may not be as easy as it seems.
Here's our first wrinkle.
So in other words, ballistics on those
Have their
power
own shields
relays.
that are resistant
Yeah.
to energy-based attacks.
We know how much you like using laser repeaters, but
Fire
so
into
do
the
these
thermal
guys.
exhaust port.
I don't think they understand. People just like whatever the meta is of what gun's the best. They,
Explosive or
Yeah.
ballistic ordnance
not
are
what
needed here.
repeater, you know,
That's
it's just
torpedo
whatever's
ships
the
like
best.
Your Retaliator
Of course.
or
Right.
Gladiator, or even another fighter with ballistics loadout. That's going to take you a while.
I have been having a lot of fun with the ballistics mixed with those attritions.
Oh yeah.
It's
Once the
a
power
lot of
relays are
damage
taken
coming out of
down,
that
the
thing.
station opens up.
And this is where things get really cool.
Did
Now
he
it's time
just
for you to
suicide in the
fly
fucking
your
vent?
ship inside the
That
station.
looked like that.
Yeah.
It was a bit-
You, in your ship, flight.
Maybe he
into
was
the
just
superstructure
surprised
of
by
the
a ship
station.
coming up on him and he hit the planet, okay? It
I
happens.
feel like this is a
It was my last missile. Let me die and recall the ship.
I mean, I've never done it, but come on.
It's a
you know?
transition. So as you enter the structure, you'll see cooling units
Star
along the
Wars.
sides that you'll need to take out.
Yeah, thermal exhaust port.
Oh, of course. That's one of the things I love about this game.
Oh,
Is
Three
all their
arms to the
callbacks.
station that have these trenches.
I
You'll
fucking
fly
called it,
through one,
man.
And then there'll be a
Yeah, you
door in
did.
the center, and then you'll move out another trench.
You're either gonna do it multiple times, or you need to bring friends.
All right, this is that scene when Lando Carlizian, or whatever, I can't even say his name right now,
So these are essentially
was
straight
wearing
up
Han's fucking clothing.
There are
Why do I
objects to
remember
avoid.
that?
You're
Oh,
gonna have to be
Jesus.
able to dodge. You're gonna have to move quickly. You need an agile ship.
It's true, too. That's weird.
Because the shield generator that you're targeting is emitting lots of distortion damage.
So once the cooling units are out, that exposes the core to overheat, which means that you can attack it
Yeah,
from the inside
exactly,
and also
Michael. I
from
know
exhaust
exactly
on
what
the
I'm
outside
saying.
of the
Is
station.
it's like, dude, all this stuff is here. We do it all the time. If we
armored
got the
and
crew
just
for it,
takes
we
a
got the
whole
ships.
lot of damage.
I have used
Oh
for
my
ships
gosh.
all over the place. All
There's
kinds
actually
of
an
ships.
exhaust port.
One main
God.
purpose of it.
Oh my gosh, I was meant it as a joke.
Once the power core goes down, the turrets come down.
No,
and
I'm
then
being
the
serious.
capital
One of the
ships
best things about and it is true.
Why is that important?
They
Because
they
during all of this, you spend a lot of
as they call them these
ammo,
days, it is a
and you're gonna
call
wanna top up.
back kind of
This is where
thing.
we're gonna
It's,
get our
but
new
it's
feature
not
in.
their shit.
Ship
But
hangar refueling and rearming.
there's a reason there's a lot of ships that look familiar.
You're gonna be able to.
Yeah.
But a
run
lot
the
of
hangar
sci-fi
of
does
spec
that,
ships
dude. If
and be
you're a
able to
sci-fi
same
fan, you will
interface as
notice
you are right now,
similarities
but
between
stations to
everything
refuel
after
and
one
rearm.
point.
It's specifically for ships like
They just copied each
Idris
other, of
and
course.
Dude,
Polaris
being
and
able to
other ships
dumbfire missiles
that
would
are
be very
designed
handy.
To have other ships land inside
Yeah.
them.
Of course, it'll be more than just those two ships, and you'll find out more once we get closer to release. But this is a really important feature that we're really excited to get out.
Wait, what was it? I
Not
missed
bringing
it.
your own
I'm
Idris.
blabbing.
The People's Alliance has a Idris there that can provide a safe port in a storm, allow you to
No, that
set
is
back
the
up. and
best
head
part
back
about the
out.
Idris.
And it's a good
That's
thing
what I've
that
been
you've
saying.
rearmed and refueled too, because now another group of ships is coming to attack the People's Alliance Idris.
This is the dynamic gameplay I've been talking about. Even Yeah, we do all the time, actually.
Here comes your paladin.
Yep.
So while the fighters are protecting the Idris, what's happening at the station? Well, that's where the dropships come in.
Now you've got to take.
It should really be an Asgard dropping them off.
Fight through an
Yeah.
onslaught of
Watch your
FPS
booty
enemies
down
that
there.
belong to this
Get that
unknown
butt
faction,
guard.
and you've got to open a hangar door which will allow you to release captives from the station.
It does. No, it looks cool, man.
After you've opened
This is the kind of thing they've been doing for a while, though.
Off, you've just got to make sure they get to safety.
At least it's not instance.
No, I'm not complaining about this. Is not. I'm just stating what it is. It's just,
No, yeah, you know what I'm saying is that at least it's not an instance.
yeah, for sure. Most of these events aren't. It's you know, where I stole a lot of my addresses at some point.
Yeah.
The Vandal neighbors who really don't like these guys for some reason will come in.
You barely
and wreak
see
havoc on
addresses
everything.
nowadays. And they're not going to discriminate between you and the station. They're out for blood.
When I do, they're in a station's armistice, and I can't.
When you alert the Vandal by
Does that
destroying
mean
the power
reposition?
The station's now vulnerable. You're on a time limit.
Yeah, they need to do it.
They're going to come
Sorry,
hard.
go
They're
ahead.
going to keep coming.
That striker's going to be a nasty AI if they do it right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Here we go.
Yeah, he was kind of. That was. Yeah, he was being sarcastic, Michael. That was the point. Yeah, it'd be cool to dumbfire, right? Yeah.
Who the fuck is sipping coffee out of their station in battle stations?
I don't know.
What a fucking asshole.
Sipping coffee out of station. What was it?
Dude fucking on the deck just sipping coffee in the middle of a huge battle.
Oh yeah, sounds like what I do. I mean,
No.
sitting back drinking. Hey guys, go team! Woohoo!
We created a variety of content. Some of it was very focused on.
Oh, you got him! Hey Bill, where are you? I'm just grabbing some things. I'll be right back.
Vehicle-based
This is good hazelnut coffee.
Oh yeah.
This is a
I actually got a
defining
fresh
statement
cup.
that I want to do in 2026.
Almost.
We're a spaceship game. There are prized
Actually, it kind of makes me want to go get some coffee.
objects we fall
Coffee
in
and
love with.
donuts, man.
This
I
is
need
the
some
content
Jelly Filled
we wanna
donuts.
create.
Raspberry powder.
Create scenarios and roles and to use those spaceships. We won't get to all roles initially.
Basically,
We
was
should
my
see
breakfast,
this
lunch, and
as a
dinner at some
landmark,
point.
A position
All
where
right,
we
let's see
can
what this is.
a gameplay space which incentivizes the use of different ships and scenarios.
That's
to
Star
clear
Citizen. I'm
objectives
sorry,
and
but
complete missions in a variety
that's
of
the whole
roles.
point.
And in the future, we can use this to expand on. So I hope you're all just as excited as I am for tactical strike groups. They're gonna be fantastic.
Yeah. It's what we do in orgs, though. PvP orgs.
Yeah.
I have use for all kinds of fighters and fucking big ships, little ships.
Okay.
Yeah, I can just see him.
Why do you still have the puppet?
God damn it.
John, come
I just
home.
want to be home drunk.
All right, so tactical strike groups. You know, it's been a long road for the last 10 years that PU's been around. We've done lots to build stuff for mining ships and for salvage ships, and as Rich said, we're currently building out even more for those, and our first refueling missions coming online in 2026. But combat missions. Oh, hi, Aaron Roberts.
Okay.
Aaron Roberts. But finally having enough of the foundation in place that we can begin to build real spaceship operations, in any other MMO they'd call dungeons. It's really exciting for me, and that's why we're ending the show this year with that. So yeah, that's been CitizenCon Direct. Thank you for taking the time to share
What
this
does
with us.
that mean?
Again, this is just a glimpse at some of what's coming in 2026. I've seen the Twitch chat and the YouTube chat like, oh, you're spoiling everything. I promise, we ain't. So before we let you go, that's it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as with every CitizenCon, the last word shouldn't be mine. It should belong to our founders and CEO. So take it away, Chris Roberts.
I hope you enjoyed this glimpse into some of what the team is cooking for the near future. Of course, we're not going to spoil everything that's currently in progress, and many features we haven't discussed
hope
today
everybody's
are in active
bowing.
development, like base building, social, and trade tools
Hooray.
are very much a priority.
Now, for
These,
we are
along
flawed,
with bringing
brothers.
the final polished features from Squadron 42
Yep.
into the persistent
Our
universe
God looks
will
upon
make
us.
Next year, the most exciting yet for Star Citizen. Finally, I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to everyone at CIG.
Did I hear him
for
correctly?
working so
Squadron
tirelessly
42
with
next
so
year?
much passion to deliver something that is already special and will only get more so as we
I don't
continue.
know. I won't even jump into
All of
that.
you
Yeah.
for making all this possible with your support and feedback. We couldn't do this without all of you, something that I and the team appreciate every day. We are very lucky to be allowed the time and the money to build the game of all of our dreams. Something that is only more apparent as the video game business becomes more monolithic.
Now say,
we are one of the few
even
large
though
independents
Bob's
standing. There is no way we would be allowed to dream
ruined
as
my
big as
game.
we are on an original game
Yeah.
and take the time to achieve
I'm sure
that dream if we
eventually
were
that'll
part
get
or funded
ironed
by
out
any
and
of the two
balanced.
remaining
Yeah.
mega game companies.
I'm
So
just
thank you, and I look forward.
But I do
to
feel
seeing
that
you
joking
all
in a
in
way.
person this coming year.
But, you know, everybody knows he's a pirate. Come on. And his wife. True, Michael.
Well, there you go.
It'll be stepping
good.
back in time.
Here, let
So
me,
wait, that's
There
it?
you go. Yeah, that was good.
Okay, all right. Yeah, absolutely.
So I've got
Yeah.
I've got all the
Would-
I've got all the ships, new ships listed up. If you wanted to see the turrets they're gonna have, and
Yeah, we're gonna pop over to the Discord screen here. This is something I just finally got working, by the way. This is something my stream, man, has fucking needed for a long time. It was so easy, but look at this. Boom. And wait, where is it? And it doesn't
And
work.
gone.
There we go.
and it's gone.
Yeah, and it's gone. Well, it turns out I fucked that one up too. So, all right, guys. Good to see
What
you.
happened?
What?
What did you fuck up?
No, I was joking. I was just saying, like, and it's gone. It would be like, oh yeah, well, I fucked it up anyway. Never mind.
Hello?
You guys can't hear me?
Oh,
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Oh, it's
Now
my
we can hear you.
it's my push to talk button. Okay, I can just barely see like you guys' things light up finally. So yeah, it's been cutting out. What I was just saying, it was just a joke. Anyway, nothing. No, this is actually good. I just got a screen set. It's very simple, but I should have done this a long time ago. It just goes directly to the Discord. I was trying to, and it's only the Discord that's locked in.
Is the shivs a 2-man crew?
I think so. The turret, and then of course the pilot.
It's showing 2 size 4s, pilot controlled, and the turret is quad size 3 with 8 size 3 missiles, which could be 16 size 2 possibly, if you can swap the missile racks out.
Yeah.
And
Here, doesn't matter.
4 size 2 could definitely become, or the 8 size 2 could definitely become.
We still got
16
this
size
over
ones.
here, but it's fine.
Actually, if you can swap the missile racks out, that'd be what, 4 times 8 size ones, so it's 32 size ones plus
There you go.
another 16, 48 missiles, just like the blue. So this is basically the blue gunship, what it should have been.
Without the wings on the side, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool.
And as far as systems go, they just say 1 shield generator. They don't specify size.
Oh shit.
Which is
One
unfortunate.
shield generator. Okay. Well, that could
Yeah,
mean a lot of
so
things.
Who knows what size it's going to be?
Yeah.
I doubt it's going to be.
Either
probably
way, I
just
love the
size
way it
2.
looks. Either way, it's cool.
And then this is your Stinger's 1-man heavy fighter. Two shield generators, so probably 2 size 2s is my guess.
Yeah.
But the guns on that, size 5, 4 size 4s, 2 size 2s, that's gonna be nasty.
Yeah, that's gonna be nasty.
The missiles
cool.
probably can't go You probably can't get size 1 missiles on it, but 16 size 2s is not bad.
Here, let me also, since we've been thinking about the ironclad and all that, let's take this opportunity to pull up the what is it? The dossier on it? What is it called? Let's see. It's in the Discord though, so give me a second.
Well, and then the Paladin's the last one. 4-man crew. This one just shows 1 shield generator as well, so this might actually be a size 3 shield generator, which would be dope. Otherwise, it's going to be a piece of paper.
Right.
And then it says pilot has no weapons, so I'm thinking pilot has control of the size 4s on the side, and then you got your turret gunner up top. Otherwise, that's going to be a 3-man crew, which would be brutal.
Yeah.
Let me get this fit.
But 4 size 5s, 4 size 4s is pretty nasty. And then
okay.
You get up to let's see.
I always do this wrong, chat. Hold on. So okay, there we go. I'm trying to pull this up on the Discord while sharing the Discord, the sharing of where we can share information about ships like this, the Ironclad, for example. I just posted. And then you come over here. What was it? The brochure. There we go.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we're gonna pull that up. Oh,
yeah,
it's on a separate window.
If you can change out the missile racks on the Paladin, that'll also have 48 size 1s.
Oof, nice.
Which, because it's 8 size 3s and 2 size 4s by default.
Right, right.
But if you can downgrade the missile racks to smaller missiles, 48 size 1s with those turrets, that thing is going to be a fighter destroyer. Unless it's turn or it's like rotation speed and stuff is super low.
Sorry, you're still showing that other ship, and I'm jumping to the Kraken. I mean, Kraken.
Yeah, I was
See,
just
I think it's the
about it.
Kraken in the back of my mind. It's the Kraken before the Kraken.
glad.
We all know it.
Mini Kraken.
But I am sharing the brochure on the Discord here. It's kind of whack, but oh, did I full screen? That's why. Okay, sorry guys, hold on.
Oh, that's the Ironclad you're talking about.
Ah, crap. Yep, that's not good. Yeah, I just figured this part out, so bear with me. Probably looks like shit now, right? Yeah, this isn't gonna work. This is a bad way of doing it. This
Ironclad's
looks
supposed
bad.
to have
All right,
fucking
never mind.
8
Going
size
back,
5
chat. Hold
missiles
on.
on it.
Hold on.
Those are some nasty torps.
That didn't work
actually.
out.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
was one of these things I keep meaning to deal with and set
And
up
then,
properly, and I just barely got the
Hell, if you
time. lately,
downgraded
so,
that.
Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit.
You can have 32
Like me
size
getting
3s.
on before the stream, like an hour.
And then twin size 5 turret, 2 twin size 3s, a twin size 3, and a twin size.
Oh shit! What did I just do? Fuck! Hold on.
It's got plenty of
There we go.
firepower.
There we go.
So that's actually a lot beefier than
There
I
we go.
thought.
Yeah, and that's just a base Ironclad. That's not the upgraded one.
How's the resolution look on this anyway?
Oh, is there
I'm
an
curious.
upgraded one?
This is the
Yeah,
way I
more
share
of
the
a
cruise
military one.
view, and this is the way
So
it was
there's
supposed to
one.
be anyway.
No.
It's still not set up 100% though.
There's
yeah,
two
there's
models.
a cargo one,
Right.
and a sourced one. Yeah.
Now, it shows 4 shield generators, so it's probably 4 size 2s, which means the shields won't be excellent on it.
Right. So
Are you
have the
looking at-
Ironclad and
are
the
you looking at-
Ironclad Assault.
You looking
I'm
at the
looking at
Ironclad?
their site, yeah.
Okay, I pulled up your stream so you can share it because I just tried to put it on to. It was Anyway, this is better. So, yeah, I'm sharing your stream with the stream now.
So yeah, cargo of over 1,500 SKU, which is a lot.
Yeah. Well, the reason I brought it up is because, well, not only is it something I'm thinking about all the time, but it is something that, I don't know, for this particular stuff we do anyway, let alone, it is the mini Kraken, and it's Drake. Come on, it is pirate. It is the most pirate ship made for him. And by that, it's an example of the Corsair. When I mean that, not like how everybody calls every ship a pirate ship. It's the usefulness that like me and Nomad got out of it at some point, where we're living on the fucking thing for 2 months, getting targets, using it for this, using it for that, shoving cargo in it. Wow, same time, just bombing the shit out of things.
I mean, you can see how it looks
Hey,
like
squirrel,
that
how you
central
doing?
area. It has just a ramp down to the more cargo.
Yeah, that's a great picture. I didn't see that one before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that is, dude, the command bay, or the over whatever they call it, the one that's not a pilot seat, but it's actually for commanding and stuff like that. I think that's a really cool concept right there.
Yeah.
Right up there is exactly where I can envision us just having org meetings with some couches.
That's where we will have our coffee when
Yeah,
Pack is out
exactly.
shooting ships.
You weren't supposed to say it out loud. We were leading, okay?
Well, the question I have, they've got two images here that are kind of conflicting, because you have, I guess, maybe
Yeah,
that right
absolutely
there,
zero.
that ramp
100%
that's
Eddie.
looking towards, I thought maybe
The
that was the front, but
Yeah,
if
that
you
is
look
the
on
front.
here, it doesn't really show like a ramp or segmentation.
Yeah, there's a
like
ramp
that.
in the front. There is a ramp.
Yeah,
in the
big
front.
one.
Yeah.
It's
Is
a
that
big
the ramp
front
off the
open.
ship? No.
Big front open like an aircraft. Was
Oh,
it?
yeah, I see.
Aircraft
I see.
carriers.
Yeah.
Aircraft. Aircraft. Oh my god.
Okay, but yeah, I mean that's a huge amount.
It's a sweet
And
looking ship.
The assault one will have a repair shop for smaller vehicles in it.
Yep. Mini Kraken.
Yep.
Truly is. And it,
Shit, but I'm still happy with just the base ironclad.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And we
One
all know
part
that
is
we're
next
going to
to
have
yours.
that one alone for a long time before we ever get the other one. Because look at all the other ships.
Yeah,
There's only one ship of them. All of them.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
if you
that repair shop will take a long time for them to finish.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, true.
yeah, so the assault one will actually have two extra quad size 3 turrets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
Me and Nomad have at some point after we're done like playing, we'll come on there, look at the picture, go, yeah, right there.
Oh, we studied those
Oh, yeah.
pictures and drawings a lot. Yeah.
But it's just after everything we've done, all the targets we've gotten, there's that's what I was saying about the dynamic gameplay. It's an example of like that is just how we need things to be done correctly. You need different kinds of ships. You need to think about things a little bit more. And some people just don't. They just
Sorry
get
to
in a
cut
ship
you
and
off there,
die.
Bill. I'm just seeing what Pax we're looking at now. The
Go for
red
it.
one is the cargo one. The yellow one is the assault one.
I obviously love the red one's paint better, but at the same time,
I have a black paint
there you go.
to put on it.
Perfect.
Yep.
I mean, look at that. That is just so cool looking. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
And it makes me think of the Polaris. You look at the Polaris, and it's just like a big floating palace, right? It's a fortress.
Oh, that's another difference there.
But this is
If you look at the bottom left corner and the top right corner, you can see that there's tractor beams on the normal one, and the assault one does not have tractor beams.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
And then there's an extra turret on the assault one there on the front.
Yep.
yeah, dope. And we could have real use for these kind of things.
Oh yeah.
Stolen Idris, and I got a lot of use out of it. And that was when a lot of the team wasn't even here. We were all AFK, and I get on, and a few guys I did have show up. We all met up in the space with the fucking Idris, loaded full of all the shit we need, including a Mantis, a salvage ship, moving cargo, everything. But
There's the
Drake
cargo
one.
view. Oops.
Yeah, that tells you the size pretty good. Those things are huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not quite the size of like a, what do you call it, Polaris, but
Oh, no.
Close in a way.
Actually, I think it's bigger.
Well, nobody went over the measurements at some point. It's
I don't know,
smaller.
man. Look at that.
Yeah.
Four
It
four
is.
tanks.
Yeah, it's
No,
big though.
Four,
That's what I'm saying.
four tanks and one back there in the repair station.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of people are waiting for the Perseus as well, Squirrel, for sure. But for me, it's 100%. This is not only a huge cargo vessel, it's a carrier, and it's Drake. It's so meaning it will have other practical uses for piracy alone, even the ones that aren't obvious. All the other ships do. The Cat used to be great for loading cargo quickly when we had one SCUs. It was perfect. Just one person in each bay. So even the Cat.
Whoops. It's not the one I wanted to close.
Oh, this is way nice.
You see the repair bay there in the back where the fifth Nova tank is.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Woo.
I think I'd rather have the space for the cargo, honestly.
Well, depending on what we're doing. And for us, it's always going to be the cargo for the primary, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tank is going to be like special scenarios, and even then, we're probably going to have only a couple.
Yeah.
For like a backup or something. We're not an army,
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, tank, I still don't think the tank's going to be useful until we actually have either really large facilities on ground to try and, board and stuff, or if we get the large caverns that aren't claustrophobic shitholes.
Yeah.
Fall into
Problem
spike
is
pit.
with the tank in particular is the fact that it is still built like a classic tank and not even anti-air, not even a little bit enough to.
Well,
You can't
no,
even
it's
aim
got a
up.
decent amount of
It's
missiles.
the problem.
It's got a decent amount of missiles.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying,
Sure,
like,
it doesn't go up high enough. If somebody's like hovering
Yeah.
above you or something, you're fucked.
and there is opportunities for it already, even back then. But because of that kind of thing with it, and again, you can't just make it the ultimate everything vehicle either. So,
But think
I
about
don't know.
this.
Man.
You have 4 tanks sitting there on the ironclad, and it just tilts its nose down a bit. You can now have those fire up out of the bay there.
Right. True.
I mean, 4 fucking cannon and shells are going to do massive damage to anything because they're like 32,000 damage a shot.
Yeah.
So you're doing, 1.3 mil in damage, or 130K in damage a shot. That's a lot of ballistic damage.
The question is, are those rounds going to go out of that bay through the top?
That is the question. Will it
Because
work right?
we tried something like that in the Polaris, and the Polaris took damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And the
is there gonna be
PDCs didn't like it.
clipping-
Many times.
Is there going to be clipping issues? Are you going to have to drop your shields? Like how how will it work?
Yeah. Guys, I've got to get going.
Well, thanks for showing up, Batty. I wasn't sure anybody's
no.
going to show up. You guys are awesome. So.
No, it was my pleasure, man. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, well, I think it went great considering that literally most of us didn't get here until right before it started. Literally, me too.
I just woke up. I just woke
Yeah,
up 5 minutes before
I did
I
too.
arrived, man.
Pac was saying the same thing. The funny shit it was like we're all showing up right before the stream starts, which is exactly why my schedule thing fell apart real quick.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
That's funny.
I can't come up with all these plans, and it's just, and then also, yeah.
Well, all the best to you guys and
man.
to your audience, and I will see you in the verse.
07.
See ya.
See ya.
See you, bud.
See ya.
And that was Addy, a black hand. Awesome addition. Since usually we never have allies anyway, if you know anything about us. But hell yeah. People that we not only didn't shoot somehow, but yeah, it's interesting.
Well, because I forgot CitizenCon doesn't really do any coupon stuff at all during their. That's all during IAE mostly. So I may use my I use my extra play money to pick up the Stinger.
Yeah.
Because that's
Want to
fucking
buy the
nasty.
Stinger?
Thinking about it, yeah. For now,
Yeah.
temporary
Mhm.
use.
Yeah.
Well, Pack, you know, then you know what? You should buy the Kraken too. I'm just saying because it's okay. You know,
No.
I'll
I'm not
finally
putting
be
more
okay
money-
with you showing up just to tell us you're not playing, and I'll be like, you know what? It's okay, dude. Just let me use your Kraken.
Yeah.
I'm joking. This what I did here with the window is something I was trying to do way back when, and now it was, I don't know. It probably was this simple the whole time, but I got this done luckily this time right before the stream started. But sharing your guys' streams, even if you're not like streaming like Nomad is, on Discord is going to be so much easier now. And it's something I've always liked to do in this because you get to see viewpoints from people all over the map and just crew.
I would basically have to completely scrap most of my fleet to be able to afford a Kraken.
I was joking, Pack. That was just a joke.
Oh, I know.
You
but,
know
like,
that,
I
okay,
thought about
right?
it,
I was
and
gonna
I'm just
say
like, oh,
that was
no,
100% a
there's no
joke.
way
I was
in
just
hell.
giving you shit for not showing up again. That's it. Nah, Pack's here, chat all the time, all the time. Honestly, nobody really plays much these days.
Hey, I'm here all the time when I'm here.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, sure.
No, this is what I'm fucking excited for still.
Oh, it's not sharing the right screen. Hold on. I was hoping this pop-out thing would be easier to share, but I love the fact you can share the Discord, but the whole left side of thing is unnecessary.
Yeah, you just use your OBS thingy.
Yeah, and right now I could do it now if I click full screen, but because of my resolution difference, it does this. Anyway, if you,
Yeah, but
it,
you just have to set up a different source.
Yeah,
Pick one
100%.
source and call it Discord View or something.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying that I finally got done is for the most part. If you'll see what I'm talking about.
Then just outline it for the view only, so you take out all the unnecessary
Yeah,
things
exactly.
around.
Which is like the only thing I have left to do. And I know what to do. It's just the resolution difference. When I full screen, it does at a little corner screen of the top left of the Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So take it away.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Takes
saying.
10
That's all I'm
seconds.
saying is
10
like that's
seconds.
the next step.
Oh, wow. They've actually bumped up the
Totally
so yeah, it's
unnecessary.
dual size 5,
information,
dual size
chat,
2,
but
so
there
it
you
doesn't have
go.
any guns, but this is gonna be my fucking Kraken Junior Anvil style.
I was just gonna say, so we got done with and I should have remembered with Addy a little bit more about it before he's here, but overall with all the shit you saw, what do you think? Like, I mean, I know we kind of did that already, but not really. Like what was, I don't know, what's really caught your eye and what's a good?
Everything from my perspective is everything was as expected.
Yeah. Okay. You mean in good way or just a meh? It is what it is.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yep.
I was hoping for at least the ironclad,
Yep.
but yeah.
That's all I was thinking about. I'll be honest.
It's probably not gonna happen until IAE if it does.
Hell yes,
Well,
bro.
I don't think it will even come at IAE.
Yeah, that's the problem.
The Perseus will come then and dominate the thing, and maybe like this time when they're actually releasing 3 gunships, which was more than expected. I was thinking there was only gonna be the Paladin and land vehicle. I was hearing something about, but but they released 3 ships, which is a little bit huge because they usually don't release 3 different ships like that. So maybe IAE will have more ships than just the Perseus, and I do believe that.
Yeah.
But if it would be the ironclad, I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's the reason why I was so hopeful, and like I said, if I'm being honest, that was the only thing I was looking for. But
Yeah.
it's true. All I was talking about, all I was.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too, actually. Yeah.
But again,
they could delay the Nick system for
yeah, I don't
6
care about
months
that
just for my
really.
ironclads.
Well,
even if it's cool, it's like, oh man, I just want the ironclad.
Yeah, I'm
You
hoping.
never know. The Drake thing in IAE is always at the end, so they might release the Perseus
Yeah.
at the beginning of IAE, and then it's like almost 2 weeks until the ironclad gets dropped at
Right.
Defense Con or whatever it's called, the Drake IAE thing.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it might happen. It might happen, and that would be great, man. Get
Yeah.
2 big ships.
that's the only reason I was still expecting it halfly and wouldn't be surprised, even though you were like, nah, I don't think so. And I'm like, okay, he's probably right. But they like to surprise us. And also, these ships make them a lot of money, so of course. They might just have to pop up with it at some point. As a surprise, we need our sales are going down a bit, and whatever the reason, whatever. How much fun I had with the Idris is just a good example. I don't own one. Nobody in the group really owns one, but I got so much use out of one.
Oh, we have a guy that owns one.
Yeah, but yeah.
But he
What
plays
happened
so
next? Yeah.
He plays so irregularly, and it's not dependable to play with. So
No, yeah. That's kind of my point. Is like, well, that's kind of, even if we don't for some reason lose it or some, let's just, as an example, I can just go steal one. And the rest is trade secret, so it doesn't matter, chat. The Liberator. It's one of those ships that you've been talking about for a long time, Pat.
It's the mini Kraken. It's
oh wait, this is okay. Never mind. I thought this. Okay, see.
Yeah, no.
Legionnaire is what
This
I
is not
just thought that
Legionnaire.
was.
No.
Yeah.
This is the one that is actually going to be able to have ships
Yeah.
on deck and be able to be a mini carrier. Is
I mean, they're all mini carriers. This is just it's a bigger
no.
carrier.
This actually has landing pads on it.
Yeah.
Which the others don't.
Yeah, you mean on top? Conventionally
Yeah.
landing on top. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just talking about carrying capabilities, not just landing on top like a literal
No,
carrier.
it's literally if it sits, it fits kind of thing.
No, it looks cool, dude. I remember Shrensu talking about this a lot.
With the the way the cargo bay is and stuff, like the size of the cargo bay, although it only says 400 SKU cargo, you could cram a metric shitload in there.
Just like I can, put like
And
210 in the course.
If you can actually manage to stack cargo on the top deck and have it not float away, it could be even more than the ironclad, honestly.
Yeah.
Depending on how they do the gravity for it.
One thing, I'm always going to be a little biased, but also, well, no, I'm just going to be biased. Never mind. No, it looks cool for sure. Absolutely.
There we go. Found the Kraken.
Yep. There she is. The myth. The name's perfect, guys. It's out there somewhere. It's true. I saw it. I took a picture, but it was a really bad picture. Believe me, okay? I'm not crazy.
This thing's going to be a maze, though. Trying to find your way around the ship.
It's a big beast.
Put whatever the fuck you want on the top deck for sure.
I mean, if you look at the old concepts like this, basically, and the designs, they always end up a pretty similar design for the most part.
Wait, hold up. I didn't look at the turrets before on this. This thing's got twin size 8s, 4 twin size 6, 4 twin size 5s. Like,
how much bigger is it than the I don't know, something we have in game right now, like the Polaris?
it's 270 meters, so it's at least twice the length
So
of
two
the
Polaris.
Polaris.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. That puts it into a perfect, you know, what
Perspective.
size it really is. You put the pictures and everything. It's just like using the tanks as a concept.
Yeah. The Polaris is 166 length, 82 width.
Yeah, so 100 meters longer than
270. That is.
Yeah, so it's
yeah.
not fully two Polarises, but 2.5 plus.
That's a big ship, either way. Then the size of it, width, and everything else.
Yeah, it's almost 30%
Now,
longer.
Look at the size of those engines, though. Of course, that means that that's all engine right there, it looks like. But that's still huge. But yeah,
Or wait, sorry. Yeah, it's 60% longer.
Yeah.
60%
yeah,
longer.
squirrel. I just don't see. Yeah, they might actually.
And 25% wider.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And
Looking
of
at
course, the
numbers
height
there,
is fucking near double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that
tells you a lot.
It is definitely like, if you think about it, it's like a it's as much of a moving actual city as it is a aircraft carrier because of the shops and everything else and
Yeah.
what they're commonly supposed to be used for.
It's saying it's got two shield generators for now, so it makes me wonder: are those going to be size 4s or?
I'm sure they're going to be beefy, but this is never going to be a ship you want in combat situations. I'll put, you know, at least
that's
from
true,
our
yeah.
point of view, and especially because that's going to be like our fucking home. But then again, the only way we got one right now is if we steal it, which makes sense. But it ain't there yet. So, anyway, it was a good, yeah, CitizenCon, yeah, it was good. It was fine. I was only paying attention for the Ironclad, I'll be honest. But it seemed like it was good. I don't know what you guys thought, chat, but and Pack Nomad, if there's anything else you guys, you know, I know. Also, Nomad still has a stream going, right?
Yeah, I'm not streaming now though.
Oh, okay, that's what. Okay.
Ended it when CitizenCon ended. I ended it.
Yeah. No, I'm just streaming the Discord right now, showing ships, talking about things. But yeah, it seems like it was pretty good. So
And that's
I enjoyed
another
it.
thing. Let's look at.
And I would say that maybe we shouldn't wing things and all the time and just show up 20 minutes before. But that's literally how the whole group is. So what do you do?
So the cargo capacity, to put it in perspective, the cargo
kind of how we always
capacity
been.
of the Polaris is only 576. If
Yeah.
you don't use the, top hanger.
Oh, absolutely.
So
man.
the
Absolutely.
compared to the Ironclad, which has almost 3 times that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That thing's going to be able to hold everything.
Grid. So you can probably dump in a lot more.
And I mean, the Liberator, honestly, I think will be comparable depending on how the grab plates work and stuff.
Yeah, it looks
'Cause
cool,
that
man.
Cargo that it lists is not counting like any of the interior stuff. It's like counting, really not counting any of that interior right there. It's counting like the fucking side stash there, mostly.
I just can't wait to get my hands, or just to have one nearby. It's gonna be fun. And like
Yeah.
I said, I got more and more excited for that kind of ship when I got really messed around with the Idris, for example, and the Polaris, but especially the Idris. Just realizing what I could do with everything was just, yeah. And then doing it with a stolen one was, eye-opening. So yeah, and then I look at the Drake, and I'm the Drake Ironclad. I'm like, oh my god, that's just, it's perfect. It's just a little smaller than the Idris, but at the same time, the Idris is a little big. full on freaking Navy ship.
There's that that Nautilus. It's actually shorter than the Polaris by a decent margin.
Scarred.
5
Hey
versus
man, what's up? You know, you were one of the people I wanted to get in here and talk about because you had me on your stream way back when. So, and it was fun. It was cool. It was a good time. Ours was a little bit more shotgun style. Just jump in. Oh,
so
looks like it's a lot deeper than I thought. Oh well.
You know how the Polaris has those twin size 6 cannons? The Nautilus is gonna have twin size 7s.
Pretty much, Scarred. I was only really paying attention to the if the Ironclad was there. Sorry, Peck. What?
I was saying the Polaris here, it's only got twin size 6s, whereas the Mine Layer actually has twin size 7s. It's gonna have a couple beefy guns.
Yeah.
It will be. It'll be somewhat of an anti-capital ship as well as small fighter, with all the if you do the turrets instead of mines.
Yeah.
And it's saying
But
3
is that-
shield generators.
Is that a
So
turret size or is it a weapon size?
it's
Yeah,
size 7,
absolutely.
2
I
size
just
7
didn't think.
weapons.
I don't know. I
on
didn't really message
That's what
anybody
it says
about
here.
showing up.
Okay.
Because I didn't get the stream ready
One
until
times
20
two,
minutes was
sometimes
supposed to
7
go.
turret
I just how I roll.
And then
This is-
you
I-
have to go
oh,
down
you
a
know.
size in weapons.
That's how we do things. And
I mean, the way
I
they've got it
realized
loaded
at
out
the
now
last
is they seem
minute.
to list
I was anyway.
the
I was
number of
shocked
turrets,
that we had some.
how many
people show up.
guns
look,
per.
look at the Polaris and see.
It says 1, 2,
Yeah,
1
yeah,
times
yeah,
2 size 6.
yeah. So it's the size of the weapons then. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna shut down the. I'm gonna just do a little shutdown here, and I'll be right back.
Yep.
07, everybody. Thanks for showing up. Chat, hope you guys enjoyed the show. Hit that like, share, subscribe button. We're gonna see you guys real soon. Either way. They said we've been in the background the whole time. Yeah, either way. So, yeah. Schedule thing went out the window, but there's reasons for that. Doesn't mean I don't plan to stream, but also SC for what we do is, well, it's a lot of flying around. That's just the truth.
Oh yeah, you can see them right there, Nomad. Big ass guns.
Big gas guns for a mine laying ship.
And I've been in the game the whole time.
The only picture.
I was actually gonna use the FOIP.
So yeah, the other 2 turrets
Here,
are.
I mean, I was gonna use the FOIP to you know, use it as a little camera, but I didn't get time to set it up. Otherwise, I was gonna do that, just for fun. Honestly, it's just been the FOIP is fun to mess around with. All right, so yeah, Scarred. What I was gonna say is, sorry, I'm you know trying to shut it down. I was gonna get you in, but not only did I not fucking, you know, tell a lot of the people who showed up until an hour before, you know, yeah, I didn't think you would have any interest in it, but mainly it was that, because you know you're not doing fucking, you're not doing SC anymore, which is cool. It's fine, you know, and I totally get it. I just figured you didn't want to, on top of everything else, the fact that I showed up 20 minutes before my stream was supposed to. And the whole crew. Covet Bill's help. Oh, I you know what? I never planned to be the only helmet I wore in the game. But at some point, I was like, well, now I'm just known for these, you know, the gear. Especially as a streamer, I use the fucking, you know, FOIP. All that shit, so you see the person talking. Yeah, it's fun. Probably the closest thing to a B-tuber I would ever even consider a possibility. But anyway, guys, good to see you guys. Just so you know, we are still getting shit back together to, well, and we're always hunting. We're always looking, we're getting targets too. But again, the stream itself, and I realized this more and more as we went on, yeah, not only is that what we do good, but it's all we focus on. Because of that, And yeah, even then, it's always been tough to find pirate players who liked it as much, you know, obsessed as much, I guess, and then pulled it up, you know, the crazy shit, you know. But trying to stream it again is just kind of messy right now, especially since there's no piracy at all, like barely, just flying around. That is what we do again. Changing it, like just pretending like I know anything too much more about the game at this point is even dishonest. So we'll be around. I'm just gonna pop up with a post in YouTube and in the Discord on the day that I'm going to stream, just like it, you know. That's it for now. And I do have more free time at the same time, man. It's busy, so. But 07 guys, thanks for stopping by. If you haven't yet, you know, and if you liked it, of course, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Helps me out a lot. But at the same time, you know, just being able to stream a day at a time is a plus right now. So yeah, and if you don't like it, be sure to let me know. All right, guys, and yeah, I'll see you soon, as soon as possible. Who knows? Probably tomorrow, maybe. We'll see. 07 guys. See you soon. Peace.